before you wanted to give power or concede defeat? Two reasons. You never even had the ambition to become president again. You were fooling the sedition because your greatest fear was the party. You feared that the party will run after you. That's why you pretended like you wanted to run in this election. You left our young brothers and sisters in pawn, knowing very well the
22,819 If you do it, convert it to US dollar, that will be like 120,000 or 110,000, 120,000 dollars. Okay. In that money also, the county local administration and donation. That is the furnitures in this house, the 3 cars, the donation, meaning that like when we responded to the water, the flood disaster here, the motorbikes that went across the country. If you put everything together, what was used on county administration, we put everything together, we said county administration use. It went up to 32,444,625. But another we leaving 90% of that 10 years ago.
No.
I'll give you everything. You're talking in the budget. I get you. But you're conventional. I come in. So then we got county project. On county project, we have spent so far 123,912,147 on county project. Then we got past PMC that was in the resolution. Also, the past PMC area, it went up to 1,730,000. Then we got county health center. We spent 6,240,000 Labrador. Then you got media entity. We spent $9,120,000 on media entity. Then we got Cape Mount Student University. We spent $4,590,000 on Cape Mount Student University. Then we got bank service charge. We spent $4,305 on it, Labrador. Then you got county safe home. We spent $1,630,000 on the county safe home. Then you got culture challenge competition. The culture challenge competition, we spent $1 million.
Good morning, early risers. You're listening to the Punch Breakfast Show, your ultimate wake-up call, with your hosts Bokai Amara Kamara and Harris G. Belly. Rise and shine, everyone. It's time to kickstart your day with laughter and great vibes.
That's right. Grab your coffee and get ready for a sizzling morning packed with the hottest topics and the coolest tunes.
We've got everything you need to jumpstart your day, from news that matters to interviews with your favorite. We're dishing out those feel-good stories that will put a smile on your face.
So sit back, relax, and let us spice up your mornings. The Punch Breakfast Show starts now.
Stay tuned for a morning full of energy and entertainment, right here on Punch Radio 106.7 FM.
Sit back, relax, and let us spice up your mornings. The Punch Breakfast Show starts now.
Stay tuned for a morning full of energy and entertainment, right here on Punch Radio 106.7 FM.
Yes, somebody say radio is live. Somebody says once there is radio, I get access to the information. Somebody says once there is life, there is hope. And another person says Once there is God, all things are possible. Oh yeah, let me say good morning to you wherever you are. Welcome if you are just joining us. Welcome to yet another edition of the Punch Breakfast Show. Today is Tuesday, and it's the 16th day of the month of July, AD 2024. 6 minutes past 7 o'clock. Welcome, Boakai Amara Kamara is my name. I'm pretty seated here for you on a wonderful, cloudy, and a great Tuesday morning across Liberia. I just don't know where you are. However, you are following us to our followers online. Those following us through our Facebook page, that's Punch TV Live. You can leave your comments. I will read it out for you this morning. Tell us where you are following us from. Yeah. Like I said, it's going to be a fascinating discussion this morning. You just don't want to miss out. The audit. You know, we've been yearning for audits. Yeah, there are a lot of audit reports on the dockets of the government, and very soon they will be rolling them out. They will be rolling them out, and you know, that's what we love. Yeah, that's what we like. That's what put us in the mood to come here every morning to talk to our people. Once good things and great things are happening, they give us the passion, they give us the love, they give us the strength, they motivate us. So once again, let me say good morning, welcome. This is PBS, the Punch Breakfast Show. It comes your way Monday to Friday at about this time on your radio, Punch FM, with me, Boaka Kamara, along with Harris Biddy. Today is no exception, right? It will take us from now up until 10 o'clock. Talk provocative, interactive, phone in a program this morning. Somebody say, Boaka, you look energized this morning. Nothing behind you. I eat in the morning, I drink tea in the morning. I'm just being energized through the Almighty God. You know, once there is life, there is hope, right? Yeah. Once there is life, there is hope. So welcome to our marketeers, our wheelbarrow boys, our Yana boys, pen riders, taxi drivers. Okay, so let me take the sun down and go through our today's program. Yeah, as I anticipate the arrival of my in person of Mr. Harris Biddy. You know, today is, like I said, Tuesday, the 16th day of July, AD 2024. Welcome to another edition of the Punch Breakfast Show. You know, the public hearings for more than 100 audit. Are you listening to me this morning? Public hearings for more than 100 audits report submitted by the General Auditing Commission commenced on Wednesday. It commenced on Wednesday in Monrovia with authorities of the Ministry of Public Works, the Monrovia City Corporation, and the Liberia Opportunity Industrialization Center appearing. You know, we've been calling for audit. You know, we want this government to audit the past officials, not only limiting it to the WIAS administration, but going back to the Ellens administration, those that have one way or the other go against our rules, our laws, and have, you know, stolen from this country. They should be audited. So now, with that being said, the government see the need in establishing or looking through the files that is on the docket of the General Auditing Commission. Yeah, you know, the president asked the General Auditing Commission to audit some entities and officials. So it says here, public hearings for more than 100 audit reports submitted by the General Auditing Commission commence on Wednesday, which is on tomorrow, in Monrovia, with authorities of the Ministry of Public Works, Monrovia City Corporation, and the Liberia Opportunities Industrialization Center appearing. The General Auditing Commission says it has submitted 184. No, folks, are you listening to me? 184 audit reports. 184 audit reports have been submitted. Report for both government entities and donor funding projects to the legislature through the Joint Public Account Expenditure and Audit Committee. Making a disclosure at the start of the public hearing on the audit reports on Monday, Auditor General Gaswa Jackson disclosed that the audit reports as submitted to the legislature were done within nearly 3 years. So since 3 years, the General Auditing Commission been conducting audits, and they do have reports for 184 government institutions, including donor fundings. So they are saying that they have submitted the reports to the national legislature. So it's now left with the legislature that will begin the hearings on tomorrow. The hearings on tomorrow. Audit General Gaswa said that the audit reports include the country's first post-war comprehensive national payroll audit, domestic debt audit, and the audit of the consolidated account of fiscal year 2019, 2020, and 2022, among others. So, this is about Liberia. You know, when people started obtaining condominiums in the past government, when people started buying properties, when people started buying cars for their girlfriend, their women, buying island, buying a whole city for their mothers, you know, burial ceremony became a national issue. So now the General Auditing Commission is saying we have submitted 184 audit reports to the national legislature. To the national legislature. So let's go to what Amara Kone posted yesterday. He said today, the Joint Public Account Committee of the 55th National Legislature has taken an important step by officially launching public hearing on the audit reports prepared by the General Auditing Commission office. Despite the completion of approximately 180 reports in the last 3 years, no public hearings have been done or conducted on any of them. According to the Auditor General, the 55th Public Hearing Public Account Committee aims to address this issue and ensure that all audit reports undergo thorough review through public hearings and due process. The goal is to provide recommendations to the president based on the audit findings in compliance with the law. This endeavor aligns with the president's anti-corruption agenda outlined in his arrest agenda. So, folks, you know, when President Boakai took over and he told the Liberian people that corruption would be one of his targets. Yeah. When the president took over, he told Liberian people that corruption would be one of his targets. You know, when times started going bad, for me that's sitting here, Boakai, I've been calling on the president, I've been calling on this government to audit people. Because some folks are just making noise in this country and they are caught up in a web of corruption. Like the leg of Musa Berete and other people. They are caught up in a web of corruption. They are causing noise in our country. If this man was going to be investigated, sent to court, prosecuted, out of the noise that he's making around here, it will not be happening. We are not against certain people. We are not targeting them. But we just want the referee thing to be done. Yes, of course. Let the referee thing be done. Let this government take actions. Let this government take actions against people that are caught up in a web of corruption. And the president is still standing firm to achieving this. So now the Joint Public Hearing Committee from the both houses, the lower and upper house, tomorrow they will kickstart public hearings in the audit report conducted by the General Auditing Commission. So here's I begin very soon. We'll start seeing people saying that, oh, I'm bewitched haunted. That's what we'll be saying. No. We are this government or the president or the legislature and others, the General Auditing Commission, they will not wish hunt people. No, they will not wish hunt people. If you are caught up in a web, you will be prosecuted for what you did to this country. If you are caught up in the web, you will be prosecuted for what you did to this country. Liberia, for so long, corruption have eaten the fabric of our society, and people have been going scot-free. People have been going scot-free. They will come when we elect them as officials of government. The next thing you will see them doing is to milk our economy. They tell you say the map or exercise will go scot-free. No. Those that pay the condominiums. you guys should start getting ready. The Samuel Tue, the Nathaniel McGill, the Josh Manawia, you guys that were caught up in a web of corruption. You should start getting prepared. And you want the audit? The audits are not being rolled out. Yeah. Audit is not being rolled out by this government. So, beginning tomorrow, we'll start a hearing. And it will be a recommendations. There will be a recommendation from the National Legislature to the president. And then the president will start taking actions. You know, when they set up the tax force, when they set up the tax force, there have been some ups and downs, carrying them to court. A lot of things been happening. But with this one coming from the General Auditing Commission, it is not the government, or it is not President Bouaka. This report is coming from the General Auditing Commission, 3 years back audit. The audit was conducted since 3 years ago. 184 audit reports. Donor fundings, those that misapply donor money. Yeah, they put in like 8 hour international partner their money. They will be prosecuted. Those that mismanage our funds, the raw funds money. Those that say that they are Mr. Clean, they are not caught up in a web. Very soon, they will be crying around here. They will start to say that, oh, this government is trying to witch hunt. We cry for audit. We cried on the government. We said that, oh, President Bouaka and his team, they promised us that when they take over, they are going to conduct audit and prosecute people that were caught up in the web. And the process have started already. When people says that, what have been done under this administration? To be real with you, let me be real with you. I have never been a supporter of any political party. People that have followed me from the day I was with the Costa show, they know my stance on issues. They know. I have never been a supporter of any political party. No. I resigned from my previous job because I saw the need of resigning because it became political. I haven't talked about it on any platform before, and, and I don't stand to talk about it. When I started seeing it being political, to my ex-job area, I saw the need of resigning. Yeah, because I've never supported a political party, and even where I'm sitting today, once this management here start to dictate to me that, you have to be one sided, you have to do this. No, my brother. I take my exit. I like to speak a free mind. That's what I am. That's what I give chance to everybody to have a say on this platform. You can be from the opposition, you can be from the ruling establishment. You have this platform to all to yourself. What am I driving at? When this government said they are going to audit people around here, later on, we as Liberians, for me, I started crying on this government. I said, Joe Boakai, you need to do something. We see people passing all around here. They are causing noise. And when we saw them, they got caught up in the web of corruption. You need to do something. And we thought our cause were going on deaf ear. That's what we thought. But the government said we'll take it one step at a time. We're rushing. Let's go to let's have everything done systematically. That's what the government said. Let's have it done systematically. Let's deal with the War Economic Crimes Court. Let's bring it. Yes, they brought it, and now a letter from the president has been sent to the United Nations General Assembly to help in prosecuting people. No, probably you haven't heard about that. Yes, of course. The president has sent out a letter to the United Nations asking for support in the establishment of the War Economic Crimes Court in the country. What other people couldn't do, what Ellen Johnson Sirleaf, former president, couldn't do, what Ambassador Josh Manuel, the peace ambassador, couldn't do, even though our expectations were high that he was going to be the one to kickstart the establishment of the War Economic Crimes Court. But no, we saw nothing of such happening. But within 6 months' time, we see the government doing something about it. We say kudos to Joe Boakai and his team. We cried for the issue about road development. He said, okay, since in my agenda, I talk about roads, I will see the need of bringing in equipments to assist our country. We've been lacking behind time when it comes to road development. We saw the bringing in country of yellow machines, even though they are coming in their numbers, in batches, but they are coming in. They are coming in country. The stabilization of our LEC, the pipe-borne drinking water, everything has been put in place. Yes, everything has been put in place. So now we call on the government. Just a few days, my colleague and I, when we saw people moving up and down, I think that they say they have rights, they have grown wings, and nobody can do anything to them. We sat on this platform and we started calling on the government. We started calling on the president to start taking actions on people that have been caught up in a web of corruption. And the government, the president said, don't rush. Don't rush. Don't rush. We are doing our own professionally. So now the National Legislature, the Joint Committee, they are talking about, they are now talking about going through the other reports from back 3 years ago when they conducted it from the General Audit Commission. And this is welcoming. We are not against anybody here. We only want this government to live up to the promises they made to the Liberian people. We only want this government to stand up and prove to the international community that, oh yes, we are here for business. What other people couldn't do, we are here to do it. We as Liberians who have suffered so long in the hands of gangsters, looters. We have suffered so long being marginalized by few handful of people. We have suffered so long being a laughing stock to other countries. We as a country have suffered so long. But here we are today. We are getting there gradually. We are getting there gradually. If you think that will not support some of the good things that are coming from this government, no, we will support it because we see it that it is in favor of Liberian people. Anything that is in favor of the Liberian people, that's why we support here on this platform. When you see us talking about, the IVE moving equipment, the yellow machine, every day we'll come and we'll talk about it because we know it's in the interest of Liberians. We know it is in the interest of Liberians. You're nobody here in Liberia, you ask. And they will tell you, say, no, I'm not celebrating the coming in country of yellow machines. No. Some of them are only calling for the process to be done well. And that's what the president said to the lawmakers. He said, don't rush. Why you guys put yourself in rush? I will come up to you guys. I will come. If I come up to you guys and you see, you don't see it necessary to support me in what I'm about to do, the partner that is bringing in country the yellow machine, they will carry about or they will say it. Then y'all be the same lawmaker and say you can't do it for the Liberian people. Y'all be the one to go buy it. Y'all say y'all want to be running campaign with it. That's what we want to see. But for that yellow machine, Bene, like it will take us some people in Abo for. Yeah, I can only say for that yellow machine, Bene will take us some people in Abo. Let me cross over to my colleague. He's sitting in Studio B this morning. Harris, good morning. Welcome to the show.
Good morning, Boakai, and good morning to the peace-loving people of Liberia, those of whom I have seen the gradual progress of the reasons why we have elections in this country, Boakai. I'm honored this morning, and I'm good. I'm good this morning, and Boakai, like you rightly said, it is important, right? That many a times we have the conversation when people talk about journalists should be balanced, should be credible, should be independent. The independence of a journalist comes with as well selling a positive image of the country.
Mhm.
So if the government does what is right, Bwaka, if I come to say thank you to the government and you say I'm not an independent journalist, what defines your independence? I mean, I listen at times to people and I just laughed. So I tell you, when independent means that when the good things are done, the same way when the wrong ones, when the wrong wrongs have been committed, Bwaka, you muster the courage and speak against the ills in society. That's how when progress has been made, challenge yourself to say the positive things.
Yeah.
Because the people's decision is grounded on the information you provide.
Mhm.
So the balance in your conversation comes in when the good ones are done. You say when the bad ones are done, you criticize them.
Yeah.
When the good ones are done, you hail to those that have done it. So this morning, I mean, I take no exception, Bwaka, to what I was saying this radio this morning. I mean, very frank with it. And I am honored to be on the show this morning. Like I said, it's a good one. I'm filled. Yeah, I'm filled this morning. I don't know. I woke up just a bit excited. I don't know what.
That's just why I myself.
I just woke up this morning with a bit of excitement.
Mm.
Yeah, and so I'm honored. I'm honored on the show this morning.
Okay, so we are looking at the the issue about the audit reports coming from the General Auditing Commission. We long been crying for this. We long been asking this government to audit people, and yes, they did the audit report since 3 years ago. It's been on the docket of the General Auditing Commission, but they have started the hearing on them. Tomorrow, they will kickstart the process at a joint public account committee on at the National Legislature. I guess you've been following that.
I've been following, and I follow every bit of the conversation on yesterday, Bwaka. On yesterday, it was a hall full, right? You have the speaker, you have the Senate pro tem was in attendance, you have the chairpersons, both from the Liberian Senate, that's represented by Amara Conan, Babulu County Senator, and you have from the representative angle, Clarence Guy, also was represented. He chairs the Senate Committee on Public Accounts. I'm saying that's the representative committee on public accounts, and he's the chair of the joint committee that's from the both houses. And so Bwaka, I followed the different speeches, remarks, messages from those leaders, and I was impressed. I've been very frank this morning. We know that the problem in Liberia has been with we say things more than what we do, and someone will say it's easily said than done. That is to say, you have leaders that commit themselves. You have leaders that commit themselves to things, but in reality, they undermine the same very process they commit themselves to. Of which we must be careful as we discuss this conversation about audit and auditing. Bwaka, if you may aware, I'm saying, if you may be aware, you look truly legislature currently. I said this without no fear. You look through the 55th legislature, there are individuals that are committed to bringing the change in this country as well.
Yeah.
But the conversation that lies is that those individuals are committed, they are just few. And some will say just a handful. And you have about 70 to 80% of those lawmakers currently at the 55th legislature. They are the ones that if this order will take full swing, they will be hugely affected.
Yeah.
When we want to talk about the road force, will Musa Benete or never?
No.
I mean, never. If we want to talk about the correction situated in the mining sector, will we leave or the deputy speaker out?
No.
Never. Will that happen? So as we have this conversation, that's one thing we must be careful of. We must be careful that as we discuss this, a greater responsibility about how this thing will work is grounded on the shoulders of the legislature. That's why the Liberian people must take interest in this thing. Those of us that have seen the need, those of us that have said that corruption has taken away the lot of in this country, Bwaka, this is the time that we must pressure the legislature to fully implement what they have committed themselves to on yesterday. Bwaka, at that event, I listened to the joint committee chair, Clarence Guy. Now, Clarence Guy was very emphatic. He said the Unity Party agenda is tailored around fighting corruption. That President Bwaka, in all of his engagements, from campaign speeches up to inaugural address to first State of the Nation's address and addressing international platforms, have said emphatic that we want to fight corruption in Liberia. Governments have come. We witnessed right after the Civil War, the inception of the Salif administration, again, a greater responsibility and commitment she made to the Liberian people at that time, Boubacar, was we will fight corruption.
Yeah.
And after the Salif administration, the justification, therefore, was that even though Madam Salif, the only leader so far in Liberia politics since after the Civil War, that have admitted to the fact that we failed in the fight against corruption. So after 12 years, she said, we needed to fight corruption. But what happened is that we inherited a country that a greater responsibility was on rehabilitation, that the minds of the people were still on the business of war. How could we dethrone such a mindset was a conversation that we fought. So because of that, it affected our fight against corruption. And she admitted. Today, you check on the VOA website, or for that article is there as I speak, that she admitted that my government failed in the fight against corruption. Were there steps taken? Yes, of course. Were there measures put in place? There were measures. But on the overall, we did not succeed in the fight against corruption. George Weah had a foundation of that. Understanding that Madam Salif initiated a discussion, begin the idea that corruption was taken away from us. Begin the idea that corruption corruption is the reason why Papa can't return who will place it there. Because at the job site, there is nothing Papa see there again. Those are set at the him of power are the ones that take everything that Papa is supposed to bring home for you. So when Madam Salif said that conversation, she initiated reforms, even though it did not meet the overall demands in the fight against corruption. Now, George Weah, as a president, inheriting such a foundation broker, even if I were been president at the time, I was succeeding in the fight against corruption. Because evident by the fact that George Weah has never entered politics before. Evidence by the fact that George Weah has never been involved in our national governance process, aside from the quote-unquote senator job that we gave in that, he did not even say a word in session. So at that level, you will understand such a man who have come to national discourse as a president with a fixed agenda in the fight against corruption. We won't talk about the war crimes code as well. That's why when we have the conversation surrounding the war crimes code, we don't let for George Weah to talk about it. We don't let for George Weah to say anything about war crime code in this country again. Because Boubacar, a greater responsibility. If I were been president at the time that George Weah president, by this time I brought her a war crime code.
Yeah,
I didn't even think.
Yeah.
Because I had no involvement.
Yeah.
So to speak, I was never involved as per history has run us. Again, maybe the accounts, maybe the accounts will come out. But so far, what we hold constant, because we can base our argument or our conversation on sentiments. So what we hold constant is the facts we have in our hands. So far, George Weah was never involved in terms of the war. Yeah, George Weah was one of those that breaks everything. We stand to be corrected. That's what I'm saying. As per the account we have in our hand, George Weah was one of those that breaks everything. At the time, he was living in luxury, right? He chose to abandon that for the sake of Liberians, that of which we were acknowledged. Even if we have the conversation today, we were acknowledged that. So at that level, Boubacar, we expected that George Weah, after he breaks everything, that his life was in danger as well, coming on the battlefield, visiting the various refugee camps, and see how Liberians suffer because of the greedy politicians who are in this country. And you have the opportunity to be president, Boubacar. You have reflected on the memories you saw at the Budiburu. Yeah. You have reflected on the memory you saw in Africans. You have reflected on the memory you saw in Jatono when you returned back to Liberia. So at that conversation, Boubacar, at that level of the conversation, Boubacar, you will understand that the president at the time, George Weah, was mustered the courage, who has said, "This is what I want to do," and committed himself, right? Because at that time, you witnessed when children were out of school, Boubacar, when pregnant women were forced, were forced into labor because of the war. All of that, you became president. You said that bringing war crime code was never an option. Boubacar, you said bringing war crime code was the worst thing to do in this country. And for 6 years, you lived and created a safe haven for those that committed atrocities. Yeah. And the worst of all is that you gave them a space in your government to operate. And say, when I'm coming, at the time the bullet was flying, when I put to Burn camp, I'll establish a relationship with Liberians so that after the war, I'll give you a place so you could live. Yeah. That was the conversation of George Weah at the time. So now we're having this one about accountability in our governance structure. Like you listen to Clarence Gard, he said that we want to make sure that people must account, right? This is not about past or present. No. It's about everyone. Yeah. So whether you said before or you serve in the government now, this audit report when we go through it, will cover everyone. A key thing said, and that's what connected me this morning, that those of you who are past and popular official must commit yourself to the if we need you, you must commit yourself. That if the Senate Committee on Public Accounts is going through the audit report from the General Auditing Commission, as the way we begin with the Monrovia City Corporation, and if we need Jefferson Koji, who have said that he's all law in this country,
he said he's corrupt free,
who has said that he's corrupt free in this country, who have said that the Global Magnitsky had lied on him. So this is it now. When the Global Magnitsky ad came out and said, Jefferson Koji was involved in, Jefferson Koji was involved into gross human rights violations and as well wide public corruption as per the Global Magnitsky Act. It said Jefferson Koji was involved into gross human rights violation, willful human rights violation, which means he knows that he knew at the time that what he's involved into is against the rights of people, but he willfully did it, right? So that's how it was at the time. And why public corruption? So now the global, the U.S. government came out a report. You said, during running elections, people pay the U.S. government. I don't know how much people go bribe your government or cancel you. Now, when I part of the conversation, I understand it. So you said the people, corrupt. People went there and gave mis and disinformation that led to a session. Now that the conversation has reached your government, this is about the Liberian people. Now you go in, the Senate is saying, the Joint Committee is saying, we will invite you. If there's a need for us to invite you as per the investigation, as per the facts we have in our hands and the GSC report. So Monrovia City Corporation will be one of those.
No, they will be the first.
Yeah,
they are
so
the first.
I'm saying, so you can't go bring John Stefan and me less than 6 months. You say you can order him, or perhaps no other report you on John Stefan. So when we have a conversation surrounding Monrovia City Corporation, like Jefferson Koji, if there's an oil report beyond that, will be very broad. But as the conversation went on, and said the last 3 years. So counting the last 3 years, it was the time you were preparing for elections. Jefferson Koji, I'm thinking about you this morning.
So I'm thinking this morning. So MCC starting out the process on tomorrow. So on tomorrow, how will it be done is that Brakai, they already have the reports in their hand, right? So they will go through the reports, and if there is a need that Jefferson Koji come and answer questions, he will come there. And this is why we want to send out. Koji, you're not above the law in this country. It happened with the asset recovery team. Some of you made blanket statements in this country, and Clamartin said that in 4 a.m. today, you're right on him. All right? Because when the asset recovery team come out, some of you, the likes of Koji and others, went to the city headquarters on the Sacramento tree and intentionally challenged the government quest for transparency. Willfully transparent, challenge the government quest for accountability in this country. And today, you guys say you can walk on free. And Clamartin has succumbed to the individuals. That for sure we can see as we speak. That's not a conversation. Now it has reached the level of the Senate. Now it has reached the level of the representative. Brakai, we must say on this radio, the Senate, the representative have been called on President Brakai to provide accountability for Yellow Machine in this country. If this audit report cannot yield anything, or the public hearing on accounts and expenditure for the last 3 years doesn't produce anything, Brakai, no representative will have a voice to tell us thing in this country. When the president chooses to do anything in this country. This is why we want to say this morning, because you can't tell me, Brakai, if you were to conduct audits or MCC the last 3 years, you tell me you can't find anything on MCC. Public works.
You tell me according when she was giving when there are evidence that prove that her husband was giving contracts here to she was giving contract to her because you see the executive now as a way and dancing to your tune in terms of soliciting the kickbacks. You take the accountability and transparency message as the only thing you have heard or you want to do in this country, which of course we welcome. We say yes, it's good, we welcome it. But our conversation this morning is that as you have committed yourself, now listen to Clarence. Clarence said we have chose to cancel our break, our constituency break, because of this thing. So it means that every week, right? Every week we'll make sure we have at least 5 to 10 reports that we'll go through.
Wow.
Right, so by the end of this year, we want to have at least 20 reports that we have dealt with. So if we have 20 reports, Brakai, that we go through, it means about 20 government entities and institutions in this country, and then are going through the process, the hearing process. And this is, he said, it's a balance thing. How would the legislature do it this morning, folks? Let me say this. When, for instance, if Brakai was the host of Punch FM, Punch Morning Breakfast Show, and 2 hours, maybe for 3 years, for the last 5 years, Brakai held this position, and the GSC have conducted an audit
on the expenditure, movement,
revenue,
everything.
And the GSC brought a report.
I say,
and said, "Oh, Brakai, for the last 3 years, Brakai was the host of the Punch Breakfast Show. There were funds that are coming here, and some of these funds they don't say here because most of things, that's how the GSC will say it, misapplied or misappropriated, which means if the fund was to buy 4 computers, to come, we see 2 computers, we see laptop.
Yeah.
So who say I'm saying we see phone in the studio. So who say my buy phone? Say for 4 computers, so it be misapplied or it be misappropriated. That's the right word to use. But in our setting, the misappropriation is equal to corruption because people wastefully take the funds and use it for something different. So you cannot tell me for the last 6 years when the government of Liberia, the Monetary State Corporation, there were no funds allotted for rehabilitation or for reconditioning of that FCC building. Brakai, did you follow the video when John Sefa took over the first assessment that John Sefa carried on that building?
Yes, of course, I did.
How deplorable that building was. It tells you that since Mary Broughton, there was no renovation conducted on that building aside from Koji's office. Again, that warrants because there are accounts in the MCC. A breakdown that shows that for the last 3 years, our funds apportioned. So for the reconditioning of that building, nothing was being done. When the GSC reached that level, or when the Senate committee reached that level, there will be conversations surrounding that. Some of us in the media will have some of the information on Brakai.
There was funds allotted for the reconditioning
of that area over the last year prior to the elections. Prior to the elections, the MCC budget breakdown, right, had funds allotted for the reconditioning. That theater you see downstairs, right, at MCC. Have you been to the bathrooms? Let me say the downstairs bathroom.
Very deplorable.
How deplorable they are.
Yeah.
Go at the back of the building where they have the charge of quarter, Brakai, and see how that place is. So it tells you that there are funds allotted. Again, how is that fund being used? Again, it might not be the help of the institution. Perhaps those responsible to carry on that initiative, they did not. That's why the Senate's engaging or bringing forth this conversation. So Clarence guy is saying, how would this be done? We will call you. For instance, if we have the report, the GSC is telling us that this was allotted for this reason and it was misappropriated. We call you. Brakai, please come and tell us. With the GSC is saying that between this period to this period, X amount of dollars was being given to your entity, but then you were the head of this institution. And this money was directed towards X, Y, and Z reason. But the latest finding revealed that instead of the reasons why this fund was being given, nothing of such was done. Why is the problem? That's a very friendly conversation. And that's why he said, we encourage all past and present officials. But meaning the emphasis was on the past official. Those ones that have served and their God in Georgia have said to them that you're just going to rely, nothing will happen to you in this country. You're just going to rely, no one will do anything to you in this country. Anybody feels like doing anything, you wake up and do it. There are times in this country as well that as we move on, a lot of them are involved in different deeds and different issues and everything. So the conversation will come out. The Senate is saying that we'll provide the audience. Come and tell us that this is what the GSC is saying. How well can you exempt yourself? Because many a times, like the Beltuary at the time, you were the National Port Authority, you want to name them. Their conversation was, why can you bring us for questioning? At that time, why can you bring us for questioning? I can recall prior to the elections, when Beltuary were being asked, I think we still have that clip here. As to why is it that the U.S. government sanctioned you and you still feel confident? He said that if people sanction Liberian citizens, the Liberian government should be the one to take charge and investigate that person, or perhaps the GSC should conduct an audit and come and ask her as to how things went on. So this is the time. Now is the time. Now is the time that you made yourself available. That's why Clarence guy was very emphatic yesterday and said, we will call you. We will call you. And when we call you, make yourself available. Parker, how we should see those past officials that served in this under the George White regime, that when you being called for questioning, then you wait for it and deliberately say you can't come.
You say you can't come.
Then we see the action of the lawmakers. For us, we are not inciting anybody. But for me, I'm waiting this morning to see as of tomorrow, and when the Senate and the Representative Joint Committee begin this process, how I wish to see, for instance, if the Monrovia City Corporation is being dragged into this and you're being called for an audit, then one of our mayor feels that he of law, that over the last 6 years, the gross human rights violation in the freaking disrespect and disregard for our law that was exhibited, he feels that he still have an environment to perform such in this country. We come and say he can submit himself for conversation. Then we see the action of the lawmakers. For me, I'm not concerned whether the past official will willfully or deliberately refuse to show up. I'm waiting that
what the lawmakers
will do. If the lawmakers, and this is a caveat, if the lawmakers cannot do a thing, which of course I know that as you have this conversation, there will be some of the lawmakers, the past officials, that will willfully and intentionally choose to challenge the conversation. Like the Koji, right? They're starting with Koji in Baka. This is a test. The MCC they're starting with, Koji will be the first man to willfully resist, because he will be sent as the tester, right? To test the strength of this process. So when he willfully refused to show up, and when there is no action, the rest of the other officials will follow.
Sure.
The Tokonkui will follow. The rest of them will follow. So at that level, we're watching to see what will be the action of the representative or what will be the action of the senators. How I wish that if this thing happens and if there is a willful refusal, right? I'm using these words this morning deliberately. When there are willful refusal from the past officials and there's nothing been done by representatives or senators to take action or to instruct the Liberian government through the executive branch on what to do, there will be no space for any representative or senator in this country to say a word in questioning the government or in terms of accountability and transparency, no longer in this country. So this is where we are. We are having this conversation this morning. The reason I said I'm happy this morning, I woke up happy in my spirit, is because for too long, the Liberian people have said audit is what we need in our governance structure. That we had the conversation. For 42 years or more, President Boakai served as president. Served in government prior to becoming president. He served in different capacities. You want to talk about coming to become from director to minister to vice president, you just name it. Now you had George Weah that had no experience in terms of governance. He became president. He had no association with the running and the structure of our government for years. While when at the time that Joe Boakai had an experience of previous administration counting from the top of the churchman, you just leave me. George Weah was never around anywhere with our body politics. Such a president in any given society that wants to prosper, such a president will be the one that will champion accountability and transparency. Such a president, as with the case of George Weah during his tenure, will have been that person that will muster the courage and say, no, we must ensure that corruption is wiped out of our system. We must ensure that those are served during the 90s, during the 2000s, and even up to our era as we speak, will of course account for their service. Audit is not a witch hunt. Audit is not anything about someone going after you. It's about accountability. How I wish I was a government official and this auditing is coming, and I'm proud going before the Senate, and nothing of such, not a tinted character or not a thing of a character is placed on me. And how proud will I be to have a conversation with my international partners, with my friends around, that you say Liberian officials are corrupt, but I'm a testament that there are good products in Liberia and those that serve in public service. That's how you guys should see this conversation. That for 2 years, while we have the conversation, and every time I have the conversation, we say the president, all through he was president, all through he serving government, not a single corruption or not a single corrupt candidate is placed on him. It's not that people speak out of perception, because there are evidence that prove that in the different positions that the president served prior to becoming president, there are accounts that show that he was never directly involved with anything that has to do with corruption. So at that level, the different orders are went on, even during the past administration of the third board, counting down to the Salif and up to this time. People are proud to reference him. That's why when you have the conversation with an Irish Liberian to tell you that President Boakai is free from corruption. Such a president takes pride, even though he worked in governments, even though he had an experience and he had an interaction with our governance structure. For George Weah had no interaction with our governance structure. George Weah was not directly involved up to the late up to the late 2014, 2011, 2012, 2014, around there when he became senator. So at that level, such a character, such a person who have been the one championing the cause, such a person who have been the one leading the charge, such a person who have been the one making sure that those are served previously account for their services. But no, he was not. No, he was not. When he entered in government, you have been brainwashed that this is Liberia, that they think about all they cannot succeed in this country, that they think about all they had no space in our country. Let's forget it. Let's focus on 6 years is long. Perhaps the Liberian people will vote you or not. You got to erase yourself. So George, listen, in 6 months, you already had condominiums in your names. In 6 months, you already driving the latest cars. In 6 months, you already flying, living luxurious life. So at that level now, the conversation about audit or auditing was done on a mere basis, was just a conversation hanging in the space. So that those, when you bring the conversation, his folks, his surrogates, his bag balls will say, listen, our president already initiated the conversation. Since the time of George, when all the reports that came out, there were accounts of all the reports out here, and nothing was such was done. So that's why when the president mentioned this thing about all the reports, a lot of those officials said it's lied. When President Barker was on the VOA, when President Barker was engaging constituents during the campaign process and said my government will make sure that people account for their service to this country, a lot of those officials said a lie. They said a lie, not necessarily that it can't happen, but because it never happened here. Not necessarily that we don't have a space for it to happen, but we don't have, over the years, we have not produced leaders that have mustered the political way to ensure this thing happen. That's why when they listen to the conversation about audit, they will tell you that Barker, they think it can happen in the country. When you listen to the president, Mr. Barker, if you read through the president letter to the legislature, what the president said, he said the reason we're having a conversation on the yellow machine and people blowing out of proportion is because it has not happened before in our country. And the worst of all, we have produced leaders that there's no trust. So because we produce leaders that have no trust over the last 6 years, even the years above, it shows that even they listen to this conversation, they won't believe it. But that's it. We want to transition the conversation. So when you have this one about audit, then someone says that it's not possible. It's not possible, not that the president is telling that we don't have the space to do it. No. It's not possible, not that the president is telling that we don't have the resources to do it. No. It's not possible that we don't have officials that are corrupt, so we need to prosecute them. No. That's not the conversation. In their mind, it's not possible because over the years we have produced leaders that are not free from corruption.
Yeah.
Over the years we have produced leaders that even if they were free from corruption, when they enter in public space, they saw it as a means to enrich themselves. So such a leader cannot bring the conversation about audit. So over the years, we have produced these kinds of leaders. But thankfully for you Liberians now, we see the trend. But if you sit critically and study the conversation and study the trend of President Barker's governing, some of us will live after this regime and will share this conversation with the generation coming up. Right, with those young ones that are coming, that they were president in this country, took over in a country that everything that should have been done to have a foundation today, you guys think was seen as nothing.
Yeah.
It took such a president to establish a conversation line by line, time by time, sector by sector. Imagine how the president imagine how the president is tackling corruption, at the same time tackling condition about roads, at the same time tackling justice, accountability, so that those those that commit atrocities in this country should not go with impunity. All of these things are happening. It took governments years to even come up with this conversation. Everything is happening within a very short space. Within a space of 7 months, the president is seriously fast-tracking efforts to ensure that road rehabilitation is on course. Within a space of 7 months, the president is fast on track, Barkai, to ensure that accountability and transparency is in our governance structure. Within 5 months, the president has made significant gains, Barkai, in the quest to ensure that those that commit atrocities, as with the situation of our war, during our war times, made to account for their crimes committed against the state. In the space of 6 months or 7 months, Barkai, the three major things that over the last 15, 20 years was seem impossible in Liberia, the conversation is on the way and there are immense progress being made. How can you sit and say we should not have a conversation surrounding this? How can you sit and say we should not talk about this thing, Barkai? There's no way. But you listen to all the media platforms, they won't tell you this.
Yeah, they won't.
They won't tell you this. The man will see the impossible side of it and can't say it to you. So the impossibility of this conversation will tell you that the lawmakers don't get, lawmakers don't have the capacity to do this thing. So that will be, or perhaps they'll come up with vision.
Yeah.
They'll say,
one vision, people. You don't want to go, you want to start it for so time and blah blah blah. But this is about Liberia, folks. You know, I sat quietly and listened to Harris, and like Harris said, there's a test now for the national legislature. If you are talking about the president not bringing in country, not following the rules and laws of our system, and bringing country yellow mission without respecting your, this is the time. This is the time for you to stand up for the Liberian people. If you invite somebody at the house, at the joint committee hearing, and the person, they respect you, we will want to see the next code of actions that you guys will take. Nobody is above the law here. Nobody is above the law. You can be from this government. You can be from the past government. You can be from the Ellen Johnson government. Once you are called upon by the national legislature, make yourself available. Go and answer questions. Man, you know how a judge has sent you on this platform every morning, and somebody saying that, or for instance, Joseph saying that, every morning I can bring food for that minute to that area. That before you get on the show, I can bring food to eat, and the food I spending so amount. I spending like $50 LD every day to bring food to eat, and then instead of it being $50 LD, I'm using that money for something else, Harris. Instead of eating, I'm using it for something else. Or instead of developing this show or whatsoever thing, I'm using it for something else. And then you come with an audit now, and or you come to do an audit on me. You get to know that instead of bringing food, instead of Joseph bringing food, I was using the money for something else. I will go and just exonerate myself. There is no big deal about it. If I'm called upon, how I use the money, instead of me using the money for food, how I use the money, I will just go there and go and say, hey, it's easy, Harris. There shouldn't be like, oh, somebody is against me, or only me they want to wish hunt. No. It's about the system. It's about how you carry out your leadership when you are serving. Whether you mismanage funds, and this is not only about government entities they are talking about. They are talking about donors funding. The 184 reports, including donor fundings. Some people here, they started putting their hand into into the donor funds at the central bank. We know them. All of that report is out. And this is where hell rose. You know, that hell come and go on. And now we want to see the patriotism from the traditions. Those that say, oh, the government can do this, the government can do that. We want to see if you stay on political party land, or you stay on the rule of law, or you stay with the Liberian people. Because now, Harris, this is about Liberia. It's not about, it's no longer about any individual here. It's about a country. So it's up to you now as a follower. If you think that the person that you are following didn't do wrong, then you'll come here different. Because one thing I know about us Liberians, most especially from we the youthful generation, very soon we'll come and start taking up to Facebook, radio stations, making phone call, defending people that have stolen from this country. Those that milk our society, those that stole our resources, those that stole from us. The million they stole, when they get off 50 LD, they will take 3-day free call, put it on our phone. We'll start calling from radio station to radio station, defending them. They stole millions. When they get you 100 LD, you go on social media, Facebook, and other places to defend them because you say they are your own. But then we'll sit and say, oh, the other country developing, but we Liberia, we can develop. How will we develop when the people that should be helping us to develop, they are the one damaging us? They are the one damaging us. You think we can go anywhere soon as a country? You think we can graduate from where we are? We will not. We will not. A few days from now to tomorrow, and we here will follow religiously. Thank God, is the public work minister that the minister of public work going there first tomorrow. And let's talk to the committee now, Harris. The way they will conduct themselves will make Liberians to have more interest, or for Liberians to lose interest in them. The way they will conduct themselves tomorrow, because we all eyes, our eyes will be all out tomorrow to see what they will do and how they will go about it. If the Ministry of Public Works do go there tomorrow, your performance tomorrow will tell us if we should follow or not.
If you mean business,
if you mean business or not.
We have already said it. We have listened to the formalities, the formal opening, a lot of different speeches, provided. But Baka, again, let's give them the benefit of the doubt, like you said. The officials that make up the team are the ones that have portrayed themselves to be the accountability experts, or some would say the ambassadors for accountability. Amara Kone was one of those lawmakers that woefully challenged the process when the conversation about the quote-unquote 524 million retreat, 524,000 retreat came out. You're one of those officials that woefully returned the Liberian people money. We'll have a conversation surrounding that. So how we wish to see how the conversation surrounding this thing about the whole conversation on the public account and expenditure conversation will go back. I'm still careful. I'm happy that this thing has, take a center stage. And it is coming at the right time, Wakai. It is coming at the time when the lawmakers have championed accountability and transparency. A few days ago, and we had Ta Wangbe challenging the speaker for accountability. A few days ago, we had Musa Belete challenging the executive for accountability. A few days ago, we had other lawmakers pressuring the government in terms of accountability and transparency and say the law is the law. Okay, fine. The law is the law. This is where we are. The law says that those that work in government space or in public space must account for their service to the country. That's what the law says, right? Let's have a conversation around that. We are watching and seeing how the lawmaker will execute such a function. And it is based on their execution will determine whether you should listen to the Liberians so they have a conversation, or whether the executive is proceeding wrongly in terms of the law or not. Oh, yes. So Ronald Giddens just there for 6 months. So literally, Ronald Giddens has already done with his own audit, because the last time he was called before the House to provide clarification as with regards to some 22 million contract I was given, right? And when Ronald Giddens appears, what he said was that this thing is the total contract is valued at 22 million, but government won't be apt to give 22 million to contractors, even at the time that the construction work has just begun. So the total disbursement is just 8 million. Government has about 14 million still in its cover waiting on as the process move on. That's what Giddens said to us at the time. So literally, if you follow up, Giddens has already submitted himself for his his process in terms of scrutiny prior to even this process kick off. So we're watching now to see how would the Baka lawmakers will tailor this conversation. This is what Clarence said yesterday, and I just want to read. I want to read this morning. So he said, they said Representative Clarence Guard, the Hostage Joint Committee Chairman on Public Accounts, is urging public officials, past and present, to adhere to the government's quest for accountability by making themselves available when requested by the committee in the ongoing public hearings into the GSC audit reports. Currently, there are more than 200 reports in backlog before the House's Public Account Committee, basically surrounding financial constraints. Representative Guard says it is necessary all public officials answer to queries raised by the Auditor General in these reports. and as to a certain witness statements impressing fair opinions on the GSC report onto the legislature. He recounted that the government development agenda focuses on further imperative need that all ministers, civil servants, and elected people to support this move. Representative God schools that PSC is in this vision want to publish at least 5 to 10 consolidated reports for 2024 and have a time limit to the Auditor General reports. According to him, the Joint Public Accounts Committee chairman will have hearings, published, and sent findings of reports received from the General Auditing or the Auditor General within 90 days. So every 90 days, they will do the stuff. So literally the 90 days is about 3 months, right? So the 90 days about 3 months. He said the committee will have hearings, publish and send findings of reports received from the Auditor General within 90 days. So when we receive the report, I will start with MCC.
Yeah.
So we already received the report from the GSC or MCC. We go through the report, the Senate will, the committee will go through the report and call those responsible or those that have been data in the report or those that have been mentioned in the report to come before the House and, of course, have the witness stand and provide their own side of the conversation, because we want to have an impartial conversation and not that someone to think that the GSC is after you or the government is manipulating the GSC's report to come after you. This is what I want to say, Barkai. A lot of us think that when we have, that's why I don't like to compare, these kinds of happenings. I listen to a lot of folks, I listen to a lot of social media conversations, and what you will get is that someone will say, but we have GSC report before. We had GSC report before. We have this thing, we have that thing. Okay, that's fine. Another one you will say is that for so long, they think about GSC report. Every time audit, it's about which one, it's about this, it's about that, and these kinds of conversation. Listen, every government take to the space with different approach to resolve problems that have existed for a very long time. Every government takes the center stage. There have been problems. But if over the years that lawmakers or our road situation, every time we talk about road situation, is that one lawmaker carry and go grade just a minute portion of the road, and he thinks that he already done much. The government, President Barker take over and the president has different vision towards that. Every government, what makes it a government is that when you change the odds. The way we used to do things, you change it different. When the president said no business as usual, some of you think that because you're making $50, I'm saying your salary will go right away to $100. Or you think that the way you used to wake up and go see the president every day, you just wake up and go see the president that way. So that's not the conversation. The president no business as usual conversation was our approach. The way every government will come, George Rakin said, will make sure so corruption will not be an excuse as to why public official will take what is not theirs, right? I'm quoting word for word George Weah's speech on that fateful January 22 at the Semakano Sports Complex. George Weah said it. He said corruption has been corruption has been frequent as breakfast. We will make sure that corruption will not be an excuse as to what is for public officials taking what is not theirs. We will make sure we pay civil servants a living wage so that corruption will not be an excuse. The living wage was to harmonize the wages of civil servants. That was a living wage that George Weah was spoke of at that time. So when the president took over, he has a different vision to approach the problem. So President Barker has said, our leaders, Manasa Lifkin, she committed herself to corruption. It was an open secret. She committed herself to corruption. Begin setting up the GSC, setting up the LACC, reforming the LACC and what have you. We move in less than 2-3 years, start to fall back. And gradually, they receive a serious fight, and nothing of such happened. George Weah came out. For 4 years, George Weah had nothing to do. There was no conversation on corruption. The last 2 years, because we're drawing closer to elections, and the need and the conversation surrounding corruption was very hard. When we held our BAS internal celebration, the U.S. government admitted. When we had our online series that led to our BAS internal celebration, when we had Lena Thomas Griffey as well, re-acknowledging the U.S. understanding about how corruption in Liberia has affected This country has affected the lives of its citizens. Then there was a time that George Weah, we had a conversation, say, let's dissolve the NSCC, let's give it the prosecutorial power, let's give it this one, let's do that one to it.
And
You know, took that conversation without any shame to the elections and said George Weah had taken drastic steps in the fight against corruption. When he had taken drastic steps when 6 or 4 of his officials were censured for corruption, but the president was taking drastic steps in the fight against corruption.
okay, I mean, you know a man's statement during his inauguration, what he said about corruption.
Go on.
I quote him. It is with my belief. This was during his inauguration. Now. It is with my belief that the most effective way to directly impact the poor and to narrow the gap between the rich and the poor is to ensure that public resources not end in the pockets of government officials. We are said in his inaugural address. You getting that? Let me take it over again. It is with my belief that the most effective way to directly impact the poor and to narrow the gap between the rich and the poor is to ensure that public resources do not end up in the pockets of government officials. Did we see that? That was during his inaugural address.
It did not end up in the pocket of government officials.
Where?
It ended in their bank accounts because their pocket was small to hold the money. So again, George might be right. So we make sure that the resources will not end up in the pocket of government officials. They will go in our bank accounts because we came to loot. So we can be looting and show our pocket to put the money in there. It will not fit. So for instance, Magana was 16, 17 million US in this country. In the space of just 6 years, Magana is worth that amount. Then you sit there and say that money I'll fit in my pocket. In the bank account, in the space of just 5 to 6 years, there's some men are able to work in Bon County and induce the people financially and able to stand and give $5 million cash. Now check go answer check cash from a bag that in the main pocket were it was in a bag. So George, when I was speaking more of he foresee the future. So the mentality, I didn't man say when the manager put in a pocket for upper coming graduate, put in the pocket. We transform it in the bank account and it'll be our handbags. Again, stood, Bon County, back in the tongue of an eye and get $5 million on the spot. Now cash, now check, not check at all. They won't call in like bro, Rabbi, $5 million. Imagine traveling with $5 million Liberian dollars. Imagine $5 million Liberian dollars. Just 1,000, just 1,000 US. Or just 1,000 or just 100,000 Liberian dollars. Know how bulky it is, but it may just open your back from the tune of the back and were able to pull $5 million Liberian dollars. Then you sit there and say that conversation, George, we are talking about corruption, or in I'm saying phones or in a pocket.
Yeah.
It graduated from the pocket long since. Since George Weah took out January 22, in the 6 months when he broke his house and started building condominiums, you understood that the corruption left from the pocket now or in the accounts. So this is a conversation we're having, folks. I know some of you will hurt you, but that's the fight. And the fight about it is that we were insured, we will be on the back. The broker said we'll follow this thing religiously. One day after another. If it calls us after the show on Wednesday, tomorrow,
to go there.
That's what they said, public hearing. We're going there. We will sit and judge down points.
Yeah, points. We'll carry
points. And we want to listen to the committee, idea, methodology about this conversation. Not just to call someone and say, oh, JC said they get 200,000 for you to recondition Monrovia City Hall. Now we see the report that the hall not condition. So where is it? Then the mentor say at the time we had pressing issue, we had the fund diverted to salary payment, other things. You think that conversation come and listen to it? People must be accountable. People must be held accountable. Then we say we want development.
Yeah.
No country develops where culture supports the agenda of the government. Now, I'm not saying that culture now, but I'm very emphatic this morning. No country developed where corruption supersedes the agenda of the conversation.
Yeah.
That, for instance, at the legislature, before a conversation surfaces on the floor, there must be kickbacks. That at the Senate, before conversation surfaces on the floor, there must be kickback. Before the Senate see what the executive wants to do is in the interest of the Liberian people, there must be kickback.
Yeah.
That even if it benefits majority of the people, they still have an objection to it until the executive listens to their tone of conversation. So such a country, no development will progress. No development will go on, Buckeye.
Yeah.
And the way to do it now is to ensure that we cleared the floor. Imagine Clarence is telling you that 200 audit reports have been on the table.
Wow.
So if we count 200 audit reports,
Not Jenna Bello. They hearing us, Jenna Bello.
but imagine 200 reports on the floor, backlog. He described as backlog of reports since when they get to the GSE. When the GSE do everything and get it to the legislature,
They can be there.
let's take it and call him, my man. We get an audit report.
We got a report on
You
you.
know why? Listen, the audit report say, my man, so thing. Can't meet the committee. Go meet the committee quietly. Hey, baby.
So that have been happening.
How about brother 200 report? I mean, listen, 200 report before the text of the of the joint committee. So he did 200 report already.
Hey. And this is
We must commend the GSC.
Yeah,
I mean, very frank,
the
that's what
GSC did well though. and hairs will roll because some of the people that got employed at various institutions
Oh yeah.
without them being capable to do the job. But man, you should get prepared because some of them, the systematic report. You understand? The systematic report, everything included. People that stole from the government. If you think that you are a member of this country or you are a top government official and you stole from this country and you go scot-free, that lie, my brother. You are lying. It is time that now this government take actions. What we call on the former president and his administration to do over the years, they couldn't do. We will help this government for doing it, and we will make sure we will follow every bit and pieces of the process. We will go there tomorrow as the kickstart tomorrow. We'll go there, we'll draw down points. We'll make sure that we come on this particular platform and enlighten our Liberian people on what's happening. If they can give us a chance, we'll go live from there on our Facebook page.
Oh yes, of course.
We'll make sure that the Liberian people know what's going on
What's
there.
going on?
And we are saying this again. The Joint Committee, Amara Kone, you and your people, the way that you will perform tomorrow from the kickstart of tomorrow's process, we will know whether you're really mean business or not. Let me repeat myself. The way that you will conduct yourself tomorrow in a public hearing, we will know that whether you need business or not, because this is about Liberia now. It's not about individual. It's not about because you have party X or party Y. No, this is about Liberia. Those that were making our system, corrupting our system, let them be brought to justice. So that someone can be passing around here making noise. We said we wanted audit, and now the reports are out. It's not time that we Liberian people will stand up.
200 reports.
200 reports. It's out now.
And listen, and Buckeye, listen. The part about it, and that's why tomorrow when we at that place, we will ensure that the conversation goes on. I mean, we're gonna get 200 report, right? I'm just doing my mathematics. We can get 200 report, then the committee is setting on that they want by the end of the year that 5 report they won't do. It will get 200 report, you finish 5 by the end of the year. There's year 5.
Oh.
How about the man say we won't finish by 5 or 10 report?
No, man.
Yeah.
They shouldn't waste our time. They shouldn't waste our time.
But you get 200 report, you not take
200
5.
report, you say 5?
Well, 195 still on the docket. Listen, you guys, you can tell 90 days you have to just be done with one report because that's a math now. They said they want to, done with a report. If they take, for instance, the way they deal with the Monrovia City Corporation, they want to conclude a conversation in 90 days. Will you send a formal request, for instance, to call you to come and answer or to submit himself on the wait list, and then you say you gave 3 months ultimatum for him to show face? What's that?
Yeah.
What's that? But again, like we said, tomorrow it will be the opening.
It will be open. Okay.
We're going to be there on tomorrow. Fellow Liberians, we will be there. And for some of us, will be very critical on the points and the conversation that will be surrounding this thing. This is not about the George Weah administration. No, get it. There
No.
are some folks that went in the United Party government. There were corruption scandals are on their head.
Yeah.
Sylvester Gillespie, we know the conversation.
Around you. Yeah.
We know the conversation. Today you work in this government. This conversation already, let me say, is part of it. I know when they reach the Ministry of State, right? Mayor, bro, you worked before at the University Corporation. Currently now you work in this government. There'll be a conversation. If Rohab Bush, I'm saying how you say it. If you heard Rohab Bush, right?
Yeah.
So Koji, maybe you're Koji, because usually it's a style in our governing process.
Yeah.
When I take over from Baka because I want Baka to join me too, all what Baka has done, I'll just quiet, right? And just continue on from where he stopped. So if Baka was receiving 200 kickbacks from this person, when I take over, I just continue from where Baka stopped.
Man, imagine it when they reach to Dwana Camarade and to Water Isiwa. Imagine they reach to Dwana Camarade and to Water Isiwa.
Brother, just go come on.
Water Isiwa. The thing that happened there.
The minute they loot, they empty that area. What? They get looting, they get empty because looting so damn you release a few things on the wall.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
But empty means you clear everything.
Damn, man.
I have seen before rogue, right? They enter the place, they store until they flow on the ground and then falling all the carry. And see what Donald Cameron and did.
Water Isiwa, my man.
The man, no, down. Man, damage that area.
My man.
The man looted from the system, from the bank account, they stopped the account. Even the cars are parking the fence. They throw the battery in there, the tire, so spare part, and all, and sold it. That's how LWSC were vulnerable.
Damn, my man. So and we also the thing that we said we're going to talk about the NSA. I think
all the NSA as well. Well, for me, you know what I want us to do, and like I shared a conversation with you, we will be following them, right? We won't go carry for them, horse on it and talking for it. Then someone will say, "Oh, they send the attack based on public sentiment."
Yeah,
because I can recall during the case of the Gloria Musu's cat, when the conversation was ongoing, that day I was fortunate to be in the chambers, and the Chief Justice warned that you all start discussing the case in the public because it had public sentiments on the judges. But it is only like Liberia get public sentiment on the judges.
Judges, yeah.
In other countries, when this kind of conversation come out, we bring experts and we also discuss, gather the public perception on the way things are going. But only in Liberia, you do what they say, it's based on public sentiments that the judges will act on.
Yeah.
So it is the same way. We don't want to influence yet because that's how it will sound like. That's we only basis on this conversation. And this is a basis we are set. Beginning tomorrow, some of us will have dossier of information.
The thing that is happening, the thing that happened to the NSA. How NSA they were using NSA to steal all the money, millions of dollars. The past government, millions and dollars was stolen from this country through the NSA. And we do have the report. NSA, my man, I'm so much happy to NSA, Barra. What? My man, they will tell NSA, we want $5 million. They will put in for $5 million. That only 1 million or 2 million they will use. They ban 3 million. It just goes in thin air. Where it is going, NSA to get money from the central bank. Why were you see that? That's what was happening. They will use NSA to go to the central bank to get money from there. They will
see at times around the world, other countries, even as security intelligence, even though they have budget that operates, but our budget is now disclosed. On top of that as well, you see, on top of that, like for instance, information involved. So the more you have information, the more you pay for it. So like you said, they use it. They will say, and I said, we see intelligence that someone, they know perhaps surrounding the territorial space. They want to carry independent investigation. It will require us to pay for intelligence and do this and do that. And that's how they were stealing millions from the covers of the government.
Yeah.
From the covers of the government.
And the report is damaging though.
Oh, it's damaging. I was reading through it. It is actually damaging.
It is damaging.
But we will hold fast to it. Now, we ain't bringing that conversation to you yet. We're holding fast. We wait for that day that they want to touch on the NSA. And we want the NSA to be part of the first 5, the first 10 that will complete. Because if you gave us space to now until the end of this year, before you touch on the NSA, there will be conversation. We know how things work up in this country, Buckeye.
Yeah.
We know how things work up in this country. A lot of the things we said this morning, we say are based on experience. We were here. We've been here. Buckeye, we're still here. But the Manifesto Corporation will be on the spotlight tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
The MCC will be on the spotlight tomorrow. Tomorrow in the morning, before we go at the Capitol building to listen to the public hearing, we'll bring you some information on MCC. Information that we have in our possession, covering the last 3-4 years, about how the MCC operations. Do you know that, Braka, the MCC collects revenue? Braka, are you aware the revenue the MCC collects in this country can pay itself? Let Jones ever took over the mayor. You listen to the mayor. When he took over, he said, I need just at least 5 million budget. And let me operate in the first year. And moving forward, MCC will be independent on itself.
Mm.
Oh, yes. Because and you were asked during a confirmation hearing, what did you mean? I'm saying in the covers. What did you see in the covers of MCC? And Braga, the account was damaging. The account was damaging because MCC was serving as a subsidy to CDC operation.
Yes.
MCC was serving as a subsidy to CDC operation.
Me, I know my boy Koji will say he's not going there.
Oh, yeah. And that's why we know
he's been witch hunt. Like next thing the folks in CDC will be saying, oh, you want witch on us?
I'm gathering information that there'll be the press conference later today. Sir.
But the CDC.
There'll be a press conference that'll be addressed by Koji later today.
Oh, okay. Okay, we wait to hear from them. What they have to tell us.
Someone just confirmed me.
Okay. We wait to hear from them. But you know that, my man, they have a lot of things happening. Some institutions in the country, like the water and sewer, the LEC, and other places, the employees' salaries, money was deducted for NASCO operation.
Even at NAFA, there's NAFA organization there.
NASCO for NASCO, but the money now is not to NASCO. It's not nowhere to be from. And every month, they take $25. So then they take $30. So then they take $15 from all employees' salary. Where all the money going here, nobody know. Nobody know, my people. But folks, that's why we have in our country. So now it's left with the joint public account committee to
expenditure.
Yeah.
To do the report. I spend the people money. Listen, the people there in Baporu, where Rona reached you here, right? Or there is no school.
Yeah.
Relax. We coordinate to tell all why I said that no school.
No school there.
Oh man, the conversation. Just relax. Those of you there in my bummy, right? In Mono, for instance, Buckeye. After we produce speaker for that very length of time, Ellis Salah. Afterwards, it became a star of the CDC. And today, the people down there even rose. I mean, even the road is not being conditioned. You're relaxed. We will call them. Ruth Coca Collins and others who can't tell us why is it that the road in that as we speak.
Why is it that the bomb was still there?
You're relaxed. Let them relax. And Buckeye, this is a fulfillment of the president's commitment to Liberians.
Yeah.
Buckeye, 60 to 70% of those, especially from the diaspora as well, that supported this government. If you have a conversation to tell them, we say we need an audit.
Yeah.
Buckeye, the conversation, the main important reason I have folks in my community. For instance, I will tell you, Buckeye, every day I leave from work and I go, the conversation be there. My man, like, oh, the jail, and when the president will start the auditing.
Yeah, no.
I mean, people, because Liberians, listen, during Malanseli time, the corruption was there. But corruption was visible with about only those in the sector. Until you in the system, you can't know if the place is corrupt. That's how Malanseli administration managed corruption. But George Weah they take it from the sector, they brought in the communities to the extent that even auxiliaries and all knew that the government was corrupt. Where in the world you find a government with 50 million budget Buckeye and go to election, even put washer on unpaid? Where in the world you see government with 50 million budget, a certain government, not opposition, a certain government with 50 million budget and lost election? I tell you, 50 million in the world, you see it. Then you ask yourself where the money went.
Okay, so where the 50 million came from? That's the question. You use 50
Because-
million for
because-
election.
because
Where the 50 million
the
came
thing
from?
about it, even we pay Georgia 200,000 per month. The last 200,000 per year.
Mm.
The last 6 years, Georgia salary can reach
50
50
million.
million.
So
So
what?
we won't add the vice president on it.
Eh,
Against the rich. So they went at 50.
so that 50 million be made my boy Lily party today. Oh.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Mama
They
Molu.
get 50 million.
They take the money and give it to
to Eugene.
to Eugene Nangwe.
So the
They say
minister
Eugene-
had problem. Then they say, "Boy, my budget operator." Then they get me 50 out of 50 million.
Uh-huh.
Then they get me or 300,000 the operators or chairman.
Oh,
Yeah. So Baga, what the man they smart it.
mm.
The man when the man break it 300,000, the man operating fiasco. The daily party, the 300,000 was the chairman operation.
Mm.
So chairman when he break, when the husband the man break
You know what I
300,000.
mean? You know what I mean?
So what they are doing now? They're doing a general activities.
Yeah.
Why everybody can make budget.
Yeah.
They are not part of the chairman budget.
Mm.
And they want to be all surviving during the campaign. Small. Right after the election, the man resign, the man pay.
They may pay. Hey, you know what happened? You know what I used to do, Harris? They may used to take, almost 6-7 cars.
Oh yeah.
For yeah, they met he tour in the country.
Oh yeah.
You see in the southeast, you go to Nimba, Maryland,
Oh yeah.
Grange there.
Mhm.
All the men want proof to the people that
Oh yeah.
the money that they gave you,
Mhm.
he's spending it.
I mean, I can get 10,000 you. I can travel the whole of that, bro. I come back.
But
I can travel
10,000 plenty.
I come back.
that as they play the man like bro big.
So imagine that the level of me. Oh,
Yeah.
at times you know design programs. You know, going the southeast, going shut down the southeast,
Shut down.
going shut down Nima.
Giving
So-
we are the votes.
The votes, so like that, man, the mail call we are not saying, but 300,000 no campaign. The team they were looking at going for second round.
Mhm.
So 300,000, I'm rushing the 300,000 to second round. So they operate. They may call Eugene, say Eugene, game more loose on it. They gave me the 200 breaking.
Yeah.
But after election, right after the mayor resigned, the next 2 weeks, the mayor when he launched a movement. The
Movement.
mayor had about 200 dozen, I'm saying about 50 dozen of shirts
T-shirts.
at that launch
Mm.
ceremony that day.
Mm.
Afterwards, Baka, immediately after that launch, the man when he secured that party,
But headquarters.
Bernie that play is decent in CDC color now as we speak.
The men want to take over from CDC.
Oh yes. So now the next thing they do now, the man use about 200,000. Anybody resign from the party, the man
bring you
can't get his salary. So for instance, first time looking at making they about 2,000 when he was HPRC.
Mm.
When Molu Brian said, "Mama, you know what? We just taking over. The team will be our movement. Take a 1G2.
Yeah.
Cool.
Quiet.
Quiet. The man, I man picking on top of the highway, smiling the ball playing. So don't be surprised. The man bring a lot of folks on the CDC on board, brother. But again, we hope that as we move along, maybe they all the people now go to Molu because Molu don't take that job.
No money, not palo.
I mean, Loma many years since do.
Money not wearing government. So how you go order the men? They may not wearing government. They may only taking for the party. They may taking for the party.
Survival party deal.
Yeah.
All that thing, my man. Yeah, say I'm smart.
Like why you know party chairman don't want to do.
I want to
The
say.
United Party chairman don't want the men. I want being a system. Oh, the
No,
United
because
Party
the
men
thing
I want
about
being a system.
The thing about it, United Party of government works in a way that until you're in a system, you don't know if they play corrupt.
Mm.
Paul George, you cannot be in a system, Bokai. Just relax. I would say that you chairman, you own salary, nothing. But there's a line in the budget for the NSA where we say every month your salary come from there.
Mm.
And so no one taking money from the pocket to pay. Party do everything for function. The citizens as a party have budget at the RIA in the budget.
I'm
line.
telling you.
Oh yes.
Okay.
On a miscellaneous.
All
You go
the
check, you go check on a miscellaneous. You see CDC.
all the institutions,
I know CDC employee.
all the institutions CDC are benefiting from the party.
I mean,
There's a party mandate.
they made them make
1,000 now from each institution.
oh yeah
every month.
That's how they gotta pay.
You forced to pay.
103 government spending entity, my man.
Amen.
Just imagine, bro.
Just imagine 1,000 for 103
Mm.
government spending entity.
Every
Wow.
month.
Every month. You know how much chairman getting? Quietly.
But chairman do a smile, man.
That's quietly. Oh my God. Quietly the chairman are benefiting.
I mean, I love
So-
that. I love that country.
We are going to know that chairman immensely benefiting.
You know,
Your job, we are step on the chairman.
you know how happy. If Baka, if I give you a job, we are changed. We're gonna come be chairman, man. The whole country in your hand,
The
man.
message.
But so everyone, the party men,
Mm.
everyone paying you. So chairman, first prior to the elections, but then UG was not fully factored. So what was happening was that no one had time for the chairmanship position. You used to listen to conversation and say, "Oh, they gave Molu job, Molu don't want job, Molu quiet." But Molu arrived the latest.
Yes.
Molu, they said they gave Molu job, Molu don't want job, but Molu used to go on program. If you could never went off.
No.
It was on Brakai until he leaves that place. They say Molu don't want job, Brakai, but Molu was the one you call for program. And this Molu, them say least money that Molu gave like $700 or $800. All the auxiliaries you call Molu a program. The least money Molu gave like $700 or $800, which is about $400,000-500,000 like $100.
Yes.
But Molu was not working. Brakai, who are men in like such and struggling economy is not working, but was able to live such a lifestyle. It tells you that the men smartly understood that there will be a government after our time. And the government after our time will be very critical on the expenditure and how the state resources were used.
Yeah.
I don't want to be trapped in that web. I'm still foreseeing a political future in this country. So what do? Let me stay away from government job. Molu declined. There were conversations. Molu were giving job in this country. Molu willfully said, I don't want to work. That Rabos International Airport I get to Hints, that they get to Mountain Hints, should be Molu. And Molu also go around International Airport. Molu willfully said, Mr. Standard Bearer, I don't want to work. Let me just take all the party, the masses.
Yeah.
Let me take all the masses. So that's how Molu said all the masses. So Molu now says, since I all the masses, listen, the conversation here, the masses cannot eat, the masses cannot survive.
Yeah.
We cannot take
The
care of
party-
the
the party have to solve-
We cannot face it. We cannot answer the people call. So at that level, the due business coming. All CDC official was very committed to due payment. So the deal was being managed by the party chairman in consultation with the leadership. A lot of them were very close. Everybody want a job. My man, you
getting your pay. What you
Koji was done and making thousands of dollars.
What
business you got to do a party deal?
Yeah.
So that everyone forgot. Now Molu was just milking. Molu was milking on a corrupt, on a reward that corruption Molu was milking. So you go, Molu.
So Molu, well, for instance, when Molu was going to any program, he would just call the entity. Say tomorrow.
The man not got a call. The man not got a budget.
Yeah, the man said tomorrow, so team will go into so place.
Yeah.
I need so amount. And you know the men, they were not thinking about if there will be an audit tomorrow because they feel that another 6 years are going to be added to their stay in power.
Confident.
Yes.
It was at the 6th year that the coming to turn the milk outside. They were not milking the cup, right? They were not milking the cup. They're gonna turn the cup outside completely and finish. But Baka, this is where we are. As we have this conversation, right? A greater responsibility now is on the legislature. This thing is not about the executive. Let me be very emphatic. Let me repeat. This thing is not about the executive. It will reach the level that the executive needs to act. But as we speak, the first branch of government, as per our governance structure, the legislature is the first branch of government that holds for me, even to this point. I always say this thing. If you say the president is the most powerful person, as we have a conversation, Baka, we say the executive branch is the most powerful branch of government. Baka, I still have an objection towards that. I still, as we read through the setting of our government, I see the legislature to be the most powerful branch of government. For me, in my opinion, because this is a branch of government that has the power to remove the president. The president does not have the power to remove any lawmaker. Then how does the president, the most powerful president? Okay, the president does not have the power to remove any lawmaker, but the lawmakers have the power to remove the president. The lawmakers have the power to remove the chief justice. The chief justice does not have the power to remove the lawmakers. Then you say the president was appointed by the people. I mean, was elected by the people. Lawmakers were elected by the people. But the lawmakers have a power to remove the president. But the president doesn't get power to remove the lawmakers. And the president has the power to appoint to appoint those who work with him at his will and pleasure. So GSC worked at the will and pleasure of the president as per the appointment, right? But even at that, the legislature, the GSC is succumbed to the legislature. So the GSC, for instance, the GSC, the LSCC work at the will and pleasure of the president as per the way, because when they be appointed by the president, because they say those appointed by the president work at the will and pleasure. People went down further and create a law and said, no, Mr. President, once you appoint the people, they are not answerable to you again because we want integrity. Then at that level again, we said, Mr. President, the people are not answerable to you. They will come back to all the legislature. They will be answerable to all the president appoint
Somebody.
Then you say the person answerable to the president anymore because
Yeah.
of integrity.
Mhm.
But the lawmakers, now the person become answerable to the lawmakers.
Lawmakers.
Then you still say the president is a more powerful president. I'm still that one. I still find it way to understand. But again, that's how we are.
That's how it like
That's where we are.
Yeah.
But as we have the conversation now, President Bwaka is sitting from executive mansion. Thank God the mansion not far from the Capitol building. So the president just lying in the grass, you know, and just looking and watching and say, okay, y'all say I bring yellow mansion, I'm following the law.
I'm following the law.
Y'all say I'm following the law for the yellow mansion. I'm saying yellow mansion who pay or down for it. But you say I'm following the law.
Yeah.
So we watching now. So I'm looking to let's see the one what we don't follow the law, the one what we don't pay money for.
Yeah.
Let's see how y'all deal with the process.
Yes.
Bwaka the yellow mansion who pay money for it. The lawmaker all around this place.
They causing noise.
You know, for the busting all around this place. Let's see now the one that we pay money for. The services that we paid, we ran out, we took taxpayer money and directed right in the blind budget when lawmakers had sleepless nights debating the budget and directing appropriations. When there were times in this country that the EU has said Monrovia was the dirtiest city across the world, when the lawmakers committed themselves and have huge funding allotted to the MCC. So now we send the money there. The yellow man say, you don't pay far out, I bring people money. Your costing not around the place. The one that we pay money for, let's go there and see.
So now,
when we had a government that said we need we need roads, when the government has said biomedicine, when a huge portion of the budget was directed to public works and other road construction works in this country, then after 6 years, we saw the worst of all in terms of road condition in our country. But even to that point, taxpayer money was directed to the Ministry of Public Works. Now it's the time. The accountability you're talking about, the transparency you spoke about in the dealings of government, this is where it is now. Let's watch and see.
Yeah,
let's watch forward to see what they will do.
What?
And it will be on that basis the president Bwaka will wait for the work to that port and go bring that yellow machine and pull on the road.
They will see now
for the conversation. The president will wait for the work and take that machine and go put it on bombing road to create the road.
That's the time we'll see what they will do.
Next time
we'll start talking someone in hour because we know like people. I mean, last time we open the phone lines and like people are saying this about us now. It's not about lawmakers. We have tried the people there over years, my man. But they have it's all about themselves. It's not about the Liberian people. So now we have a government in place that's saying that, oh yes, this is not about me. I'm Joseph Bwaka. It's not about me. It's about the Liberian people. I'm trying to put the Liberian people first. George Weah was there. Yes, of course, George Weah was there. The first thing George Weah did was to build condominiums on the Ralphie Highway. Was to break his house down on 9th Street and rebuild it. Was to get a private jet flying every day. But this is a government, there's a president that's saying that, oh, okay, all right, my people, this is about y'all. I'm putting y'all first. Instead of me, I'm still living in my own 1990 horse. I know that 1847 or what kind of horse. I'm still living there. That's the place he's still residing. You know, there was some noise making rounds in the country that, oh, the president wants to move from his place. No, the old man said, no, I'm still here at my house. Even though people say that, oh, they don't want to buy me transformer, tell me what they buy me transformer. Like they see transformer are still using. But we had a president that we thought that he was in the interest of the Liberian people. I mean, they believe that we had in George Manneh Weah as president. They believe that we had in President George Manneh Weah. We thought that this guy was going to be he was going to be different from other people.
Oh, yes.
That was our thinking because we felt that this guy was from the grassroots. He navigated his way through soccer. He saw places. We thought that this brother was going to be that guy that was going to bring that change that we, the Liberian people, yearn for. That was our thinking. That was our thought. We thought of this guy, he played soccer in Gibraltar. He grew up in Nukru Town.
Oh, yes.
And the Babylon.
And at times we say there is no association.
No association.
With anything that has to do with our governance structure. George Weah ought to be the saint that will restore sanity in our governance structure.
That was what we were thinking. That was what we were thinking. And we thought that this brother was going to stand up for the Liberian people to make sure that this country is now on track. But the 6 years was just like a wasted years. Few people,
Metal corruption.
few people enjoy this country. Few people milk the society. Few people benefited immensely.
Stole from this
Stole
nation.
from the nation.
Today, you people are suffering.
Fellow Liberians,
Why can't so be taking from here to go? Buchanan should be war for us.
not
Even if you get Buchanan, the hospitals there.
yes,
People should be taking people from Buchanan and bringing here
for treatment, for what? People should be running from the hospital there, interpreter.
Go follow the account. Go follow the account of the on GFK and see how GFK, how they milk GFK as well.
Every sector of this government, one way or the other, my brother, there was some kind of corruption taking place there. Every sector. Man, look at the National Transit Authority, my brother. The day they start auditing the National Transit Authority, imagine that. Imagine what happened. Imagine what took place at NTA.
The accounts of the NTA.
The NTA.
My man,
Hey, my man, when they start to audit places,
my colleague will come back. My colleague, the man, look at whole institution money kept in off a boy.
yes, the men say the men go buy paper in Germany.
He come back.
The men come here from Germany. And just we are sat down, they quietly did nothing.
How you talk and get percentage this year? And you say you want to talk.
No, but bro, man, like a legacy or not other people.
What kind of legacy when they come in play when you get percentage in the business, brother? How you get percentage and say you get legacy? So it's okay, but you know what? Nothing do I get 5%. Then if you get 5%, it's only happy you can't bring me up. No way. No way, Baka, it can't happen. Now you listen to the president the last time. He said, this is not about the next election. It's about the next generation. Baka, if I have not heard anything suitable from a president of this republic, it was one of the coolest conversation I've listened to. This is not about the next election. It's about the next generation. This is not about us. In simplicity, this is not about us. It's about the people ahead of us. This is not because we want to be leaders anymore. It's about we want to have a foundation. I said this to someone. President Baka is working to establish a conversation that in the next president, the most successful president in our history, it would be the president after Joseph Boakai. I want to repeat this morning, and this is my prophecy, right? One of the most successful or the successful president in our history will be the president after President Boakai. You know why? That president will sit on a platform that more men will know that riding on the road will need helmet. That person will sit on a platform that motorcycles will know to ride or pimp it, you need to register it. That person will sit on a platform, Brakai, that officials will know that accountability and service in government is paramount. That person will sit on a foundation, Brakai, where he understands the conversation. That all those are work, all those are served in public service are individuals that are committed to the job that they do. That person will have a foundation. And any president like that, Brakai, accountability, any president like that, you will prosper.
Sure.
Any president like that, you will continue on that legacy because we already have a foundation. That we need to tell you that corruption is not good. Because when we start grabbing the man, I'm saying they got it around and put it in jail, Brakai. When they made 2, 3, 4 years and the state restitute the resources from them, then we put it also. At that level now, no one will tell you that Brakai goes steal because you know that stealing is not part of our governance structure. Even if you're doing it, you do it at a way that no one knows about it. But the guys, Brakai, they willfully did what they did because there was no check and balance in the systems. There was no check and balance. You get one director, the National Disaster Agency, for instance. It was one of the government institutions where last said that received fundings, especially during the coronavirus era.
Yeah,
George Weah, National Disaster Agency. Today you have the Director General is crying that even chair to say that institution is not there. You're hearing that one. I can't get too much.
Too much. So folks, we'll take some calls this morning. The phone lines are now open, and you can be a part of the conversation on 0778-665-699, 0778-665-699 for the men, 0778-665-699 or 0880-561644, 0880-561644. Our women, our mothers can call on 0776-549122. The women can call on 077-654-9122. Yeah, so you can place your calls to any of the numbers. You will be live with us this morning. 0778-665-699. 665-699. Let's go to the phone. Our first caller here this morning. Good morning. Welcome.
Good morning,
Fabian, welcome. Quickly, 1 minute per caller.
Yeah, thank you, Baga. You know, Baga, I admire both of you this morning. But then, Baga, what confusing me how to do with the Senate? Why when it comes to audit and the Senate or the House of Representatives was 16, but then when it comes to the executive, then the 9 was 16. It's confusing me because they also receive money for the budget. So we asking the GATT to audit them because one count equity to count clean hands.
Yeah, sure.
Because the system audit, we can't get system audit. So if that system audit, then let it do system audit. It's time government budget. And we also call it because send the party around talking about law, yellow machine law. Now you have a real law. So those that you will call, we watching you.
Okay.
Those that you will call, refuse, guide action to take upon them.
All right. Thank you, Fabio, for calling in. Let's take another person from this line. Good morning. Welcome.
Good morning.
Yeah, welcome. Your name, where joining us from?
This is Emmanuel
Kakata?
Yeah.
Okay, welcome. Go ahead 1 minute quickly, my brother.
Thank you for having me on your platform. You want the area media, I want the government to really say that there's a few.
Oh, I don't know what happened to your line. He said, I don't know where the government should focus on. Yeah, he called somewhere named, but you can still call back 0778-665-699, 0778-665-699. Let's take another person on this line. Good morning.
Good morning.
Your name, where joining us from? Mommy, I don't know why. Your line not always too good. Well, go ahead.
Yeah,
Yeah, I don't know what I can be talking on headphone or what. Go ahead and make a point quickly.
Good morning, BK and Harris.
Go on.
This is Stanley, and I'm phoning from Gardnersville.
Okay.
You see, my brother, this country, the people at the level legislature want to see the country but I think when it is time for audit, the House of Legislature will get jitter because they know what they can do. They know the money they can get. Look at what is being, discussed the free time in terms of audit. There with hunger. Then when the president tried to improve the country by bringing yellow machine to the country, they say, you did not follow procedure. What are you saying? So you want to tell me people when coming from Greenville, when coming from Johanna County, coming to Monrovia, they should take 5 days on the road? Places that they should take at least few hours to reach Monrovia. Now, people are traveling from all of those places coming to Monrovia within less than a day. Okay, they're within 6 months. Our then president was campaigning around the country. In one time, he told the people rain was falling in the last 6 months. So he was not able to repair the road. Meaning the 6th year he said rain was falling.
Okay.
Okay. So President Bouaga should focus. And all of these things they're doing is just a tactics to distract the president from doing what he wants to do for the Liberian people.
Okay. Thank you so much, my brother. We don't have the luxury of time. Let's take another person here quickly. Good morning.
Good morning, my brother Bouaga, and good morning to your brother in studio.
Yeah. Your name is joining us from?
Thank you. My name is Josiah Smooth, coming from the Congo Town Peace Island, commonly called 540.
Go ahead, Josiah.
So my brother Bouaga, when you talk about audit, like law going before the parliament, sometimes we ask ourselves, how will these things be done transparently? These are people that should be accountable to us that were elected, then they are not even accountable to us. These are people that just keep on taking almost close to $1 million. So people say we told 300,000 us our budget law. I'm calling, Senator Corning, let me call me. According to his poll, and you are carrying money back. Why these guys can't start with themselves? So all they tell when they tell us, they say we want this. He that preach when they can clean him. They know how to both face. Why me? In the law will present 2.5 million budget for 6 years. What they do with it? Why people when they were something I can't take it all time, they can't say only us. So they think it be fair in the lower house. Then when you call someone to answer you, you get a gust to be asking the questions. But a president who I come to say no, roll today, roll tomorrow, roll yesterday. So connect this country we need roll. My friends in my friend joint agreement, 285 machines, we are not concluded. We will bring it here to you. Everybody say no. So there, people need for you going to some one day. But someone say the day bring the boost and morale, from what you are inside going, never make it coming, only here doing the right play. Why is anything that they ask their own fund of manager role? So when they tell me, then they say all the people say that where are we headed? They hot of sending hot of then they fill in a house, take the course on your eyes, then you'll be having the chance to take the course on your never eye.
Okay. All right.
So thank you very much, brother.
Thank you so much. Let's take another person on this line. Good morning. Your name is joining us from?
Good morning, Podcast.
Yeah, welcome.
Let me say good morning to Harris. My name is Joe Kamoa. I joined you this morning from around the Rabo International Airport.
Joe. Okay, Joe, welcome. You are live with us this morning, Joe.
And let me say thank you for the topic on the discussion. But you see, Podcast, that is what some of us have been saying. If these lawmakers would think that at the detriment of the electorate, the ordinary Liberians, that they will enrich themselves and go against development, then some of us will have no regret. Like I said the other day on my Facebook page, and I met people. Any attempt for lawmakers to stand in the way of development will make sure we shut down one branch of government, because you cannot have a branch of government that will be totally anti-development. In their interest that selfish gain, they will take their children from here, they send it out. Then the ordinary people, some of us going to the University of Liberia, the federal community colleges around here. And when you go to that federal campuses, you will see the area is below the standard. Then you have these lawmakers who are the detriment of us, the Liberian people. They will go and enrich themselves. So we are very clear, and there's a caveat, there's a warning. Any attempt for lawmakers to stand in the way of development will make sure we shut down the legislature. It's clear. We're not missing our war here. Thank you for having me this morning.
Okay, thanks so much for following us this morning. We still anticipate your calls on 0778-685-699. If you're a lady, you want to call on the show, you can call on 0776-549122. That number for the women, 0776-549122 for the women that want to hear the women too want to hear you talking on the show. So we put our number there for you, 0776-549122. But before that, let's take this person here. Good morning, welcome.
Good morning.
Yeah, your name?
This is Andrew Wissel calling from Retifa community, the happy birthday man for Liberia.
Okay, happy birthday. Your birthday is today?
No, I say Liberia birthday.
Liberia
birthday. We are celebrating our birthday.
Okay.
Liberia celebrating our birthday. My brother, here is the time.
Hello? I just don't know what happened to your line. You have to call back. But I take this caller. Good morning, welcome.
Yeah. I step up the line.
Okay, email, go ahead now. You say where? National what? Oh, yeah, the NTA.
Where my colleague was hearing.
Mm-hmm.
So you know I was doing also in mind to do that. But you will see the people will leave the office, the office is company to the collective. Big Ghana must do the and on the matter also. So let him
okay. All right. Thank you so much, my brother. Your line was kind of a little bad there, but at least thank God we let's take this lady on the line here quickly. Good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, your name is joining us from. Welcome.
Thank you. My name is Elita Nusa Beya, calling from Niso community.
Okay, welcome, Elita.
I want to say to the lawmaker this morning, like I told them the other time, if anyone stands against the development of Liberia, which is our earth moving machine, commonly known as yellow machine, that person will not go back to that. We will impeach, and the thing where they say they want to impeach President Bouaka because he was a decision without their consent. Everyone in this country needs development. Some of them will travel when they go out of the country. They other play develop. They other play like this. They other like this. Development can't wait things. No one will tell you say every country that developed today, there will be no bread and butter.
Mm-hmm.
So I appealing to them and also appealing to my lawmaker, small K model of District 3, Mosogaro County, and also to Tawongbe in District number 9 in Nima County. I beg him not to stay against this yellow machine, or else you're going to see Bible. Thank you.
Thank you so much, my sister, for calling. Let's do this other person here. Good morning.
Good morning.
Welcome. Your name is joining us from.
Yeah, my name's Ad Emmanuel Samuel Gaga, and I do join the conversation from CC Community Israel.
Okay, email, welcome.
Yeah, I see certain things playing here.
Mm-hmm.
People, we try to many of us try to downplay it. And it's almost like we have a law. Then one person, because of their own way, they want to break the law and then use political stuff to make the other people look like they don't love development. Let me be frank with you. Do you think any of our lawmakers will stay in the way of a yellow machine to say, oh, this bill will not pass or will not mention a camp? No. Every one of them, in fact, will be a plus to them. Their accountants will be giving yellow machine, and subsequently it will affect their district. Majority of them, their money they used to take to run the yellow machine, it will be a plus to them. That roads will be opening. But let us do the thing the right way. I think we all yearning for development. But if the executives slip along the way, we have to be bold and tell them, I hear the lady saying development comes with pain. Yeah, indeed, development do come with pain. But at the detriment. Because now take for example, there is no feasibility study that the government have shown to us that this machine will be maintained.
Okay.
Now, don't get me wrong. There are few things I object. Now, if you do a proposal of this yellow machine, you got to understand that the government in itself have not done where they derive at before they talk about 285.
Okay.
Now, if you talk about 285, do we have the manpower to operate there? No. Do we have
So we're not having 285 operators in the country, right? A country of 5.2 million. We're not having 285 operators. That's what you're trying to tell us.
No, we don't have 285 operator, professional operators.
Okay. All right.
Professional school.
All right, conclude now quickly. That's your own. That's your view. So we respect it for your view. So go ahead, conclude.
Okay. So with all of these things, I think the executives should be bold enough to tell where these machines are coming from. Who bring in those machines before we make a deal with our our enemy, so that tomorrow our children will not be in the place that they're supposed to be.
All right.
Thank you very much. Thank you for putting me in the car.
Thank you so much. That's your view. You say we're not having 285 operators in Liberia yet. All of it. I just don't know, but let's see if we can take our friend and brother on this line here. I don't know whether you want to be a part of the show. Good morning, welcome.
Thank you very much, Baga. This is Clinton and Jose. I'm calling you in the traffic, heading to town.
Okay, welcome, Clinton.
Okay. I heard the caller that just dropped the line saying that he don't think there will be any lawmaker that will stand and no for the yellow machine to be obstructed. How much do he know about most of the lawmakers? Let's take for instance Honorable Musa Hassan Bedite. who is rejecting the I'm from Nimba, I'm from District 8. And Honorable Musa Hassan Bedite has multiples of moving machine that is in Nimba. He currently engaged into road rehabilitation in collaboration with some of the lawmakers in Nimba from the other district, which is welcoming. And it has political motive. Musa is looking at 2029 to become senator. So the machine that is brought in the country by the government that is going to be distributed to all those 15 counties, he see it as a means of not making himself popular for the senatorial election in 2029. Because he initiated in Nimba is not going to be that kind of momentum that he wished to get 2029. He's not going to get it. So why would somebody be saying no lawmaker will stand in front of a development to say no, we'll reject it? But he doesn't know about some of the lawmakers.
Okay, Clinton.
And for the issue of the audit, I'm very much happy that Waga is taking this thing. You know, the culture of impunity in the country. People go to government with a mentality of enriching themselves. Government is where people go there for public accountability, serving your country and moving the country forward.
Thank you.
But people in Liberia, the only way they can succeed in life is to go to government, and that is wrong. So we need to erase that mentality by setting an example, prosecuting people who will be caught in the web and place them behind bars.
All right. Thank you so much, Clinton, for calling in this morning and being a part of the conversation. Let's cross over to the diaspora and talk to our brother there in Europe. Good morning. Welcome.
Good morning. Thank you for the program.
Douglas.
Yeah, Douglas. This is Douglas. I'm calling from Europe. Thank you. Thank you. You see, this is why we are saying if the lawmakers have waited and collect, and everything happens, all of the instruments come, then they will get the document and know where to talk from. But you heard the guy saying that he don't know whether who will operate them. And the lady, during the interview, she said clearly that they will sign 2 years contract with the company that will train and set up those zones. It's clear. On the tape, I will not in Liberia know. The lady said they will set up zones and they will have 2 years contract for the company to train people. If they have waited and get those documents, then they will. But last time Musa Blake saw people in at the airport, then he go right. That one today you will see something will be on the floor calling the defense ministry. That's how they operate. Bunch of bookers, we elect them in the
Musa Blake will soon call
parliamentary government. People wait and get documents. Things the GSC have given the report. Now you see the government play a very smart game. They go to their legislature. There are people that are there, so that the people will decide whether they will send them to court or not. So before they say that which one. Now, if any which one, the legislature will be
which one themselves. Yeah. Thanks so much, Douglas, for calling in, joining us from Europe. Let's cross over to this line and take this caller here. Good morning. Welcome. Good morning. We messed up on our call. Let's see if we can take this other person here. Good morning.
Good morning, my brother.
Welcome. Your name is joining us from?
I'm Jason J. Keller. I call you from Dubai this morning.
Okay, Jason, go ahead.
Thank you. And thanks so much for the deliberations. And admire some of your callers. Though this is public opinions, everybody are entitled to opinions. Yeah. So you cannot stagnate there for giving their opinions. But having said that, I believe some of your points are well noted. Like one of them said that they should wait for Europe. They should wait until all of the machines are here before they ask for documentation. I believe, although I support this government 100%, but then the government slipped along the way. They should have communicated that ever since to the legislature. You know, the legislature, I'm not saying in any form and manner, send the exceptions of the government that they want to block any form of development, but they should be respected. We should respect the law. This is why that brought us to power. I would say CDC was not ruling well. They was not respecting the law, the organic laws of the land. We can come in power and start replicating the same thing that we lambasted them about. They should have communicated that, although we say to benefit from this, get stuff from the president, we recommend the president, we commend the president for this kind of gesture, but then the legislature should be in the know. Because I believe some members of the legislature, like Mamaka Kaba, they are trying to do some kind of fishy thing with this act moving and the equipment. I'm quite convinced that they want to do. It is free from what the president have told the legislators, but they want to make it like Liberia should pay for it so that they should stand and benefit from it. So this is why I support the legislator in demanding the executive to provide the source of this act moving machine.
All right. Thank you.
When it comes to the audit, I believe...
but if you take me all of your time now, then you see now.
No problem. Thank you so much for the show.
But no, I'm fair now. Okay, just take a few seconds before.
Okay, thank you. We welcome the audits, but for me, I believe the president should respect what he told VOA that he wants to. Once he is elected, he will hire foreign auditing firms to come and audit the past government. I believe he should go back to what the statement he said. He should go back.
So you don't believe in our auditors, right? Is that what you're trying to tell us?
No, I believe in them. But one thing, when leaders say this, people hold you by what you say.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, they hold you by what you say. So
all right, I
recommend it, but then I highly encourage you to go for foreign auditors to come and audit the past government. Thank you so much for the show.
All right. Thank you so much. 0778-665-699 or 0880-561-644. Are the lines that you can call and be live with us on the Punch Breakfast Show. Let's take this person here quickly. Good morning. Your name is joining us from?
Good morning.
Welcome.
I'm Mr. Kawe.
Mr. Kawe, welcome. Mr. Kawe, well, I wanted the operator. The men I say we not get operator. Mr. Kawe get whole crew.
Don't matter, man. I mean, you know what you're talking about. No. Yeah. You know, my call the morning, I'm trying to tell the government to privatize the machine. We get some Google like people here. Then they privatize to them. Then they put a vacancy or they put a plan. Then the people, they can report to the government. If they not do correctly, then they will go in jail. Instead of taking the machine, give it to government people. If they take it, give it to government people. It will not stay long. The time for 7, they will tell that all they said. I know that people too good. Because reason being, I explained before. Like people don't respect government thing. They don't respect government thing. So my point here, you guys will Google like people here. So private citizens, they are here. Let they contract the machine to them. Even if they go in no country, they say, okay, you go to the other country, you go to the other country, it will be better. Instead of take that machine, they give it to government. The government will take that machine to go do their job with why the money coming to their pocket. I know them.
All right.
That's view the money.
All right. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for calling in. Yeah, for being a part of the show. 0778-665-699. All right. So all right. So 0778685699. We're still taking your calls. Keep them coming in. Yeah, we can take few more calls. Yeah, few more calls on the line. And I like the way people expressing themselves this morning.
Of course.
We hold everybody by a view, and we respect the fact that you are coming here expressing yourself. Other institutions, they don't give people the time and opportunity to do similar thing. Yeah, but we will give you the time.
It demonstrates our independence.
Yes.
For us to say, like this morning, we initiated a conversation. When the good ones are done, we will say thank. So we'll commend the government for it. Likewise, when the bad ones are done, as well, we will criticize them. So at 9:30, we'll take a special guest. At 9:30, we will take a special guest that we conclude the conversation this morning.
All right, let's take Pangomo Camara because I know the conversation will not go up. Pangomo participating. Pangomo, good morning, welcome.
Thank you. Thank you, the Lord love me. I'm very, very happy this morning. If you put rock as I in my stomach will fall. The auditing commission that he said, I told him, I want the rock campaign against Pakai. Not to audit the past.
Sure, that's why you told us, yeah, that's why you told us.
They may listen to you.
and one of me, I would tell you, everybody loves Liberia, but Gomo Kamara, I'm 110% love Liberia more than all the Liberia. Because I got nowhere to go in my life besides Liberia. I travel all over, I will come by Liberia. I'm a poor boy. If you see better off poor today, we kept our children school fee because of the missed administration, then the part. Maggie was president. Mr. William was president. Kochi was president. Everybody, the plane of our resources. And look at the old man went and talked to people to offer him so he can make LeBron lively. The representative then say, where that money come from, the budget come from. What's about it says there will be according to 100 Larry make every school St. Gaffney. The more than 70-year-old, I can show Larry not love Liberia.
But no, Pangomo, because the men going against the government, so they may not love Liberia. Everybody love Liberia.
Not going against the government. He went against the yellow machine in the country. Liberia will be indebted.
So when everybody go against the yellow machine, they love Liberia. Like what you trying to tell us?
Yeah, because look at today, but year before last, past 5 years ago. For a year, he can't move here today and go to Angela. He made some art today who no more truck.
Okay.
I spend 2 more on the heart. That's all.
Yeah, Pangomo.
Our money should be paid. The auditing commission.
Okay.
And the neighbor, and the one out of the brown way. Mr. Banker should order.
All right.
The Moko International Auditing Center order there.
Okay, thank you. Let's take Pangomo now on the line. Yeah, let's take somebody else on this line here. Good morning, welcome.
Yes, somebody else with different view. This is Pascal Davis. Let me say thanks for the show.
Yeah, welcome, Pascal. You're live for this morning.
So, thank you. So, like I've always said, nobody is against machine.
No, we are not talking about machine this morning. And you better find the conversation.
Machine all around here. I listened to the show from the start. So let me start with it quickly. So it's our development 100% not solely tagged on machine. We can even stay here as a country and contact a road construction company to say can build our road, and roads can be big.
But
so development.
He says yes.
I'm not saying that one. Just saying our development solely does not start on machine. Somebody will even
yeah, but Pascal, why you have all the idea? Why you share with your people for you to do similar thing now?
Well, we did what we could. We did what we could as a government. So in the space of 6 years, I think we play our part.
Okay, let's go to the issue quickly, brother. Let's go to the issue. We are running out of time.
You can't let me sleep now, kid. So all we're asking the president to do is to follow the law. So you see how the president has now proved of right. What did he do when the GSA had the report? He sent it to the legislature, right? Why do you think he sent it to the legislature? Burkhardt and Harris, have you asked a question? Everything the legislature is not as important as all of us perceive. Why you think the president have to send out communication or the ruling or whatever the outcome is to the legislature? Because they are the people's representatives. Somebody say the House is full of seditions, but there are several people who supported the Unity Party who are also part of the legislature.
Okay.
If I always ask the question, Bwaga Akami, have you asked yourself, when Mr. Bwaga said the government could collapse and the need for the 1 million, was that money not approved by the legislature? Honor Fonaki? With the Supreme Court, was it not also approved by the legislature? We must learn to do things right, especially with Mr. Bwaga, who many people believe he has the experience. And lots of bringing honor George. We are.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Pascal. Let's take our last call. Like we said, we do have a special guest here this morning. We will not be announcing. The person will just come on the radio in the next 30 minutes, but this is our last caller here this morning. Good morning. Your name is joining us from welcome.
Good morning. My name is Aziz Sala. I'm calling from Police Academy.
Welcome, my brother.
This is my first time calling on the show.
Welcome. It's good to have you.
I want to ask the people who've been calling discussing about yellow machine. Is that everything in your head that you inform your well, you say, I come to do this one, or you inform your children, you say, I come to do this one? You have to take your wealth or your children by surprise. It's not everything you assume to the internet, oh, I come to do a new one, or I come to damage the one, and put another one down. You have to take them by surprise. And you have to read, it's not everything you have to get in.
All right.
So it's going to all the people that will be shut up on the other one.
All right. Thank you so much. That's our last call. Harris, you've been listening to the callers, and we like that view. We respect you. We respect your view here this morning. This lady been calling. Let's just make an exception before we take. We get 3 more minutes to. Let's take this lady here. Good morning. Good morning.
Yeah, morning.
Welcome. You are live with us this morning.
Yes. I'm Ruth. Where?
Yeah, Ruth.
The other machine that we're talking about. Any lawmaker, I'll reject that machine. I want him can't take grandpa's out. Yeah. Hello?
Yeah, you are live. Go ahead.
Allah. Yeah. Any lawmaker, I'll reject it. Most of them face. My only lawmaker from Teshke I don't think you want to go back. Because we too were rejecting from Teshke.
Wow.
We're rejecting from Teshke.
So
we pray get our only machine to carry straight grandpa's.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much, Harris.
Yes, Bwaka, we leave the call segment right then. Like you rather place, we'll have a special guest. We're going to have a conversation. This morning up to 10 o'clock is 9:28. Yeah. So, like you said, it is. Should we say a surprise? Yeah, a surprise.
No, not expecting.
A surprise appearance, though.
Yeah.
But it's gonna be if you our listeners for a very good one. And so, what can we get it rolling?
Yeah, so we'll just open the microphone. He was introducing himself, and then we kickstart from there. Good morning, welcome, sir.
Good morning to you, Bwakai. Good morning, Harris. Just thought to make a stop by, and have a chat with you guys. Hope you guys are doing well. Thanks so much for the work you do. Happy pre-Independence Day to you all.
It's a debut. It's a debut on the show.
Yeah, certainly. And I purposefully came here just to talk about our Saturday program so that people watch out for it. I don't want to talk about yellow machine because I think it's becoming redundant. Everybody keeps talking about this. Everybody is expressing his or her view. So it's for the public to decide. But I also want to talk about the independence that is coming out, and what we intend to do this Saturday, and I will do small of it today. Yeah.
Okay.
And I will ask you guys some questions.
Oh, you ask us some questions.
I have some prizes to give out today. I'm not going to say the prizes, but if you answer the question, you come here and pick up your prize.
Okay. So, Baka, while you move on, let me get the pen so that we will do.
Yep. And I will ask the both of you.
Yeah.
Okay. So, why is it all about? What is it all about?
So Saturday we will gather here. We have a group of young officials in the this administration. So we put ourselves together so that we can make an impact. This is the first time this has been heard of. So it's me, it's the managing director of Water and Sewer, it's the Minister of Youth and Sports, the Deputy Minister of Youth and Sports, the Deputy Managing Director at the Civil Aviation Authority, the Vice President for NOCAL, the Managing Director of the National Port Authority, the Deputy Minister at the Ministry of State for Presidential Affairs, the Maritime Boss, just I think we are
the Vice President
of the country. I think we are 22, somewhere about there. We put ourselves together, and every Saturday we come on the radio. We talk about what we're doing the Minister of Public Works here. We brought him and we asked him all the hard questions because we are doing that to push ourselves and challenge ourselves. What is it that the public is asking? What is it that you are doing? What is it that you're not doing? You heard when the Agriculture Minister came here, I asked him. I said, but Mr. Minister, and I also did that at the cabinet retreat with the president in attendance, the vice president in attendance, and all the government officials, from the executive branch. And I asked the Minister of Agriculture, I said, Mr. Minister, we need to now start seeing rice in the fuller shops, the local rice, what we call country rice. Because if I can just turn at the back of my house and go to the fuller shop and buy an Indian ball rice, why I can't just go there buy my country rice too?
Yeah.
And he's clear that beginning next year, you start to see that because a lot of work is currently ongoing that he has talked about. One of the things he talked about that I don't see people highlighting, people talking about machine, ain't see machine yet. Because the number of machines, correct?
Yeah, of
he
course.
said that.
Yeah. He mentioned
the number of machines that will be coming from China before the year ends. For agriculture, males and all, males will be coming. Males that do rice with males and every agricultural machine, molding for mechanized farming that are coming. The number of them will be so overwhelming, and we'll parade with them too. So if they bring birds in UV, they bring yellow machine UV. When they bring the agricultural machine, they spread out throughout throughout the country. Next year, we will get rice production, and I'm so excited. That grant.
That
one that grant. So you will see, you begin to see all of these happening just in the space of 1 year. I'm excited that the person I supported can be able to do what he's doing in the space of 1 year. Nobody is perfect. Nobody will ever be perfect. There are good things, there are missteps, but the fact is, in the space of 6 months, congratulations.
Is this the same?
Look at our international how it's been restored, coming from an administration where people as high as the Minister of State in the country was sanctioned, and Chris Smith, a congressman in the United States of America, saying that our country, our president then was a kleptocrat. The moment a lot of people went to the dictionary and start describing what a kleptocrat is in a kleptocratic government. That means a government that is chronically corrupt. And when he said that, that was for me a turn off, But again, in 6 months, so all the people who talking, I don't like to talk about the future like that because for those of us who are Christians, the Bible says, don't talk about tomorrow. Tomorrow has its own challenges to bring. Tomorrow has itself to bring. Talk about what you can do now. So now that we're here, we're playing our part. Whoever comes after us, let the person play their part too, because this country belongs to all of us. It doesn't belong to one group of people. So let the person, at least when we have that mentality, all of us, our country will go forward. Not because you, mind you, if you look at the calls that are coming, if you open the line and talk about yellow machine, all the people I will say, the yellow machine, at least they must follow the law. When you hear people talking about that, check the sedition. Every single person, well, maybe there's a small percentage of 1% or 2% will say this and that. Now, the other group will say, let the machine come. But there is also the group that do not belong to the political party. For them, they just won't see the country develop. You see, they just won't see the country develop. Because if you're asking that kind of question, they'll ask you about a private jet, bro, whether it part you the law. Because that one, you see that your friend gave it to you.
Yeah.
Whether that one was for yourself. That was a private jet that you are even using. Even as we speak.
Still using it.
But you were president when your friend gave it to you. You know? So you talk about that. So it for me, I just look at it. It's not yes, somebody say, you know, nobody say the reason why they say nobody say you want a machine is because they know that to say you want a machine, the people will go against you. So to save yourself, the best way to do it now, just say they say you want a machine. The only thing we just say, just follow the law. I mean, okay. Yeah. So I mean, so that's it. When the equipment, the when the agricultural equipment and mills start to come, oh God, when those equipment start to come, you will start seeing the impact of agriculture in the country in the space of 1 year. Mind you, the current president was a minister of agriculture before. There are 2 mills in Lofa County. 2 mills in Lofa County as we speak. Those 2 mills are producing about 700 bags of rice each every 2 weeks. They are polished rice. Not the one with the rack inside. No rack. Now what the equipment there for? All the equipment they bring in. They will be able to sift out 80 the rack from inside, polish the rice. And that country rice is very nutritional.
Yeah.
So that rice you see, so once the rice is polished and it's what it is packaged properly. I mean, when you eating it, all the people that are talking about, oh, you know, the sugar plenty, somebody just bring this, all the kind of thing, and you're safe. You're good with that. So that mill, those 2 mills producing 700 plus bags of rice each every 2 weeks. So 2 of them producing more than 1,400 bags of rice every 2 weeks. Now, if you bring more mills, like more mills are coming and more tools coming, they are moving equipment and will clear the farm. They will just be moving, clearing people's farm, and then the mills and all the kind of things, and it will be there. Watch out. Joseph Boakai not joking. He has said that he is not thinking about the next election. I want to repeat. It takes a man of indomitable character to say, I'm not thinking about the next election. I'm thinking about the next generation. At his age, this is what he's saying. When saying, the man should move forward, the man say, I remain here. He's been in the house for more than 30 plus years. Until they started voting in. The Muya people, they were voting. They say, yeah, my man being for the sunny year, he being president. Well, he stay in our one. For them, they see progress as when you become president, you move to on a horse. And you know, they start riding.
Even government official now they be your president.
They should start doing all kind of flamboyant things. The simple will be criticizing, the simple will be saying, Yeti, how you man, you see man joy. But the same people criticize, they don't care how you get what you get, whether you get it all through all kinds of ways, they don't care. So I mean, I'm excited that he has come up with all of these. He has said that he wants television station in each county. The people working on the process right now. And the reason why he said that, I remember during the campaign, there was a time people started saying he died, he's sick. You remember? So everybody kept calling him, sending him messages, and he reads all his messages before he goes to bed. Every single message. In fact, you were just telling Cornelia the other time, he said, every document that is presented to me, when I finish doing my daily work, I will make sure I read it before I sleep. He reads every piece of anything that is written on paper, given to him. He reads it before he goes to bed. That one you can rest assured he goes through every piece of document before he goes to bed. Now, then he said, okay, some people say, I say, when I become president, I will make sure we have one TV station in each county. And so that when something happens, when people want to create lies, with the TV station, they will be carrying the truth. So people can get to know, so we can dispel rumor. Now, look at what it's going to bring. Look at the kind of transformation television station in each county is going to happen within the next 6 years. It is going to happen because he has said it and he's committed to it. The police vehicle, that one you see here is small. 85 more coming, and they want to come in and pick up and jeeps. So when they start parading with that one again, so people get a long time to get there, those who there. Yeah, because when they start parading with that one, like, what a minute they want for it again.
So what they couldn't do,
yeah,
the government.
And this is just 1 year. I want you to emphasize the point that this is not even 1 year, sir. It's 6 months. This is remarkable, and it shows that if another president comes and the same desire or more than this current president's desire, you can even do more. Yeah, yeah. That's 6 months we're talking here. 200. Do you know what we're talking about? A whooping 285 earth moving equipment. 285. It got to be coming small. That 7 trip the ships got to make. Because all can fit in one ship. And besides that, nowhere in that port can keep all. So that's why you see when it can't force to. Because for me, what I want them to do, everything will come, then they just take all together. But it can't do that. Because it will be long. So, but you got to be taking it all small, bringing it all small, because they got to create space for the other one to come, and then they take it all and all of that. And he wants police station. Each police station should have at least, for the cars that come in, 3. Wow. Every county, not each police station, every police detachment in the county. So each county. So apparently he's doing everything county by county. The machine, you see how he's dividing it. 19, the TV station, 1 in each county. So every county should have an impact.
Someone who have said that doing everything at the same time, like the way the president is doing. At times he will start, but the finishing part of it will be a problem. Like you have the yellow machine conversation is ongoing. You have the police vehicle. You have accountability at the same time. You have everything is being happening at the same time. Some people said, why can the president tackle agriculture? Maybe in the first year have that done and being completed and move on another.
But you don't lose. You don't lose anything if you do everything at the same time. Everything is achieved at the same time. You don't lose anything. You know, if you were to do everything. The Minister of Public Works was here and he was talking about how do we, by now to 2028, 2029, significant asphalt pavement quota will be on a road straight to Grand Jide all the way to Ruaji. Significant, if not concluded. If not concluded. Because they already finished sourcing the money. I mean, they get the money for it, everything. So the other road there, they already get money for it. Next year, they will start doing the lane, going straight through Grand Jide to the southeast. Straight through there. Then let me see now. We'll read 2029 now. Then I want that.
Okay, we will have a time to have
Okay,
so okay, we move on.
So I got some prices. I got some prices to give, and this Saturday we'll be giving out prices. I understand. Also, the executive, the legislature, and the judiciary will play as part of the Independence Day calendar of activities. We'll play a tournament. I don't know where, but I won't go schools on goals. But I got some prices, and I'm going to take this helmet. I took it from Joe. I'm going to give this helmet up. If you answer one of the questions, you will get this helmet. It's a brand new one, very clean, very decent. I'll give it up. I have scratch cards to give, and maybe a few bags of rice. A few, maybe 1 or 2, bags of rice to give out. Just my own courtesy as part of our Christmas at 26. Your 26 celebration. I wanted to play the Lone Star Forever song, copyright and all those kind of thing. So maybe you need to open. You guys will open the phone lines. So I need to start with the both of you.
Yeah, start Baka first.
So Baka, you ready? So I will ask you a question. I will win. You will win if you answer the question. You'll win 1 bag of rice, 25 kg, excluding my. Yeah.
I need to get clear.
And you have 5 seconds.
No.
It's more.
No, for the men, 10 seconds.
No problem.
Let's
go ahead. Let's go ahead. Listening.
I'm gonna embarrass you. No,
I'm
gonna embarrass you.
Go ahead.
I beg a record.
Okay. So here is your question. You ready? Who is the chairman of the National Investment Commission? The current chairman of the National Investment Commission. Right now, Bwaga, I'm asking you on air, who is the current chairman of the National Investment Commission? 10 seconds. 1, 2, easy. So you know. You ready?
No, I'm asking question. No, a different question. I want to about civil aviation. No, okay, civil aviation. Yeah,
you know, everything about bro. I can be better. I can't do anything because it's the people's radio. Okay, so let me ask you a question. Are you ready?
I read it.
What is the capital city of Chad?
Chad.
10 seconds. Chad. What is the capital city? No. You guys are not ready.
No, think about it. It was my question. I just.
We'll prioritize women, man. 0776549122 for the women. The women is 0776.
You prioritize women. Yeah. Muscle man. Safe farm man.
0776549122 for the women. 07786565699 for the men. So we're taking your calls. Keep them coming in now.
25 kg.
Wow, 25 kg. No, now only 25. I say scratch
car, helmet, everything. Let's take this person. So you don't know where you win. Good morning, welcome.
Good morning, Bwaga. Once again, good morning to Harris. And let me say good morning to Patrick. Joe Camo is the name from Lower Margibi County.
Okay, welcome, Joe.
Yeah, I'm listening.
Joe say you in Lower Margibi, your own scratch car, $5 scratch car, you will win. Oh, you ready?
Yeah.
Now you have 5 seconds to answer because I know who you with and I know your phone, your internet. So who is the current minister of gender? 1, 2, 3, 4.
Baba, you're out.
You do not know the current minister of gender.
Thank you. Yeah, you're out. Let's cross over and take a female on this line here quickly. Good morning. Welcome.
Yes. Good morning.
Welcome.
Yeah, thank you.
All right. Your name?
My name is Musa. I'm calling from Pinsville.
Okay, so you're on a bag of rice. You ready?
Yes, I'm ready.
Okay. So how old is Liberia going to be on July 26? 5 seconds. 1.
Liberia going to be 177 years.
177, correct. You can come and pick up your bag of rice. So your number.
Please give me a name.
Your number.
Yeah.
Oh, you call it for
one? No. She you can call it up. Musu one rest.
Musu one rest.
Yeah. So
we tell you one. All
right. So now let's take a step. Good morning. Welcome.
Yeah, good morning.
Yeah, welcome. Your name is joining us from?
I'm Ado calling from Via Chikota.
Okay, your own helmet. You watching me? If you're watching me, yeah, helmet, yeah, brand new one.
If you're watching the Facebook page,
and you want to Yeah, okay. So are you ready for the question?
Yeah.
Who is they got looking at you smart. what, man? I won't put a question. Minister. Who? No, I'm asking about defense minister. Who is the director for the National Security Agency? The director for the National Security Agency.
NSA.
5 seconds. 1, 2, 3,
10 seconds.
4, 5. Okay.
Okay.
You're out. You're out.
Let's go to the phone line. Other person.
I was looking for you. 10 o'clock. All right.
Good morning. Welcome. Hello.
So only one person now win price.
Yeah. Good morning.
Yeah.
Your line. Okay.
Thomas Bao and I call it from Maggie Bay.
You call for
Maggie call first now.
And you call first?
No, I didn't call first. I just,
Man, you call first, man.
What part of Maggie you call from?
No, the man call first. He call first. Let's take the other person here. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
No, the male and the female line. The male and the female line. You can call it female.
They say all female line.
You can call it female.
But call the number again.
Yeah. The female line at 0776549122 for the women. 0776549122 and the men at 0778.
Okay, so what is the capital city of Russia? The capital city of Russia. 5 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Moscow, my man.
5 seconds. You are out.
Yeah, man.
If you're in winning prices by 10 o'clock, then I'll go. We keep it for Saturday. They come Saturday.
Good morning. Welcome.
I need the
Oh, the other person left it. Let's take this person here quickly. Good morning. Hello. I don't know what's happening to your line, but at 10 o'clock we'll be leaving from here. Exact 10 o'clock.
Morning out. You ready for the question? Oh, like the sound tape?
Yeah.
So as you ask the sound tape question.
Yeah.
What is the capital city of Bapolu for $5 scratch card? Bapolu, 5 seconds. 1, 2, 3. Spell it, Bopolu now. Okay, yeah. Number. Congratulations. You won $5 scratch cards. Happy Independence. Congratulations.
All right, thank
Take
you.
a number. All right. We will send a number to you. I'm trying. 777.
Don't call your number here. Son, do I mean it?
The number that you call on, we'll call you on. The number that you call you on.
Is he a number according on?
Yeah, we can see him.
All right.
Okay, it's came Bobolu. Bobolu, you come here too.
That Bobolu, you come here. Let's go ahead.
Okay, 2 person, one
a
bag of rice, right?
One bag of rice, one
cut. Yeah. Good morning.
Somebody motivate him.
Good morning. I don't know what's happening. Okay, let's take this person. Good morning.
Good morning.
Your name, where joining us from?
Emmanuel Gaga, and I do join you from the community.
Correct. You ready to answer the question?
Ready.
Okay. So what the question get A and B.
There you go.
What plan working? What plan working?
There are
Name the commissioner in there that LTA. Now I want there. Name the other people.
Sales commissioner. Oh, you want me to name the commissioner?
Yes, sir.
About it. That's one. That's one. I want to start out.
Then name them quick now. Then you get
better rest.
No, that's not why I got to get out.
You get anything?
What was it again, Sonny?
That's plenty.
But you name them now.
I plenty.
All right, bye
bye. You know,
Try Saturday.
Let's take just 2 more calls. Let's take this person on this line here. Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, your name is joining us from.
My name is Beatrice.
I'm feeling sorry for you. You come on Puela, they think the Puela, eh? They the Puela. Spell out Puela. Spell it. Spell Puela.
PR. PRPE. INE.
How you spell it?
PRPE.
PRPEARNE.
How you pronounce it?
Puebla.
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 What will do it? Okay, so you will win dollar scratch card, right? $1 scratch card. Because the way you pronounce it and the way you spell it, Sonny. Puela, Puela. So take a number, you will win dollar scratch card. Congratulations. Try again Saturday, yeah?
All right.
Okay. Pipeline.
Your dollar scratch card coming.
Let's take
Puela.
Let's take a number.
Yeah.
I screenshot it. Let's take this person here quickly. Okay. Sorry about that. Let's come to the minute. Before the minute, can put me in problem here. Let's take somebody from here. Good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah. Your name, where joining us from?
I am people calling from Sogune.
Okay, your own easy. Spell the word euphoria for Father Scratch card. Euphoria.
Euphoria.
Euphoria. Spell that word. I changing the question. I changing. EUPA. I changing the question. I agree. Another question. You there?
Yeah.
Who is the current Minister of Post and Telecommunications? 5 seconds. The current Minister of Post and Telecommunications. You still want each one more thing?
I want you plenty.
No question. I mean, you lost everything.
Yeah. If you miss it now,
you lost everything. What you say?
You will lose everything when you miss it. They may agree.
Yeah. Okay.
You agree. So what is the capital city of Peru? Peru. Yeah, Peru. The capital city. Peru. Peru.
But Peru, the capital city of Lebanon.
No. I
said Beirut.
They said Peru. They said Peru.
So you missed all.
Lima. Peru.
No. Ask Let's take our last call. We're going to take we'll take our last call. Yeah, the last caller. Good morning.
Last caller, that math.
Good morning.
Excellent. Wow.
Good morning.
Yeah, good morning, Puaka.
Yeah, welcome. Kwewu.
Thank you. Yes, sir.
Welcome.
Thank you. Let me say good morning to you and the CEO.
Okay. I'm not CEO, man.
I'm CEO, yeah.
Former CEO. I think moving from CEO, I'm CEO, yeah. The representative CEO, yeah. Hello.
Good morning, the commissioner.
Thank you, sir. So let me ask you a question. You muya or you?
No. What? I mean, I'm not.
No,
don't be muya when I'm there. Let me get that with you. You pissed.
Okay, let me ask you one question. Who was the first standard bearer of the Unity Party, your party? The first standard bearer. 5 seconds. 1.
The first standard bearer of Unity Party.
3, 4, 5. 5 seconds. 5 seconds. Okay, which year contested? Say you smart.
Which one?
Which year
contested?
1980.
It's a fire election.
Okay, you win $5. You have just won for yourself $5 trash card. Congratulations.
I want more calling again.
Happy Independence.
I want more calling.
Happy Independence. Thank you, guys. Thank you so much. I have to go.
Thank you, Commissioner.
Thank you so much. I have to go, but I'd like to say on Saturday at 9 o'clock, join us because we'll be giving out 20 plus bags of rice and trash card.
This is what we do here at Point 106.7, and if you win today, I mean on Saturday you can win. But I take the news headlines. After that, we just wrap it up. We have Jeremiah Bender here with us this morning. Jerry, welcome and good morning.
Good morning, Walker, and welcome to the news summary. The Chief Executive Officer of the Liberia Legislative Corporation, Wani Katan, has reacted to criticism over the alleged refusal of the Liberian government to welcome prioritization to assist in collecting distributions and management of electricity across the country. Qatar's response is the weak growing discontent from actors in the energy sector over government reported failure to prioritize the Liberian Legislative Corporation to meet the electricity demands of the population. Qatar, however, named limited judicial protection and power theft as factors that have exacerbated inequality to low-income households that are struggling to pay price of electricity, really showed it on power theft, affecting investors' interest in the energy sector. An inspector of the Liberian National Police, Murphy Jabate, who is a veteran of the Total gas tanker explosion, have departed the country for India to receive advanced medical attention. Inspector Jabate, speaking Monday at the Rabas International Airport, narrated that he received a call about the falling tanker on December 26, 2023. Upon his arrival on the scene, hundreds of Liberians were collecting petroleum from the tanker. He disclosed that he called for backup about the danger of the tanker in the process of warning citizens that was exploded and was injured seriously. In order to the entire leadership of the Liberian National Police for ensuring that he traveled out of the country for advanced medical treatment. In the hearings of Article 89 of the 1986 Constitution and Section 4.2G of the General Auditing Commission out of 2015, the 55th Legislature Joint Public Accounts Audit and Expenditure Committee has officially launched public hearings into the audit general reports. During the launch of the hearing, Speaker Funati Kufar and the Senate President of the Liberian Senate, Yombi Kangaloren, reiterated their unwavering support for the committee efforts to enhance transparency and accountability in government's operation. The news summary at 10. My name is Jeremiah Ben.
Okay, Jerry, thanks so much for joining us. Folks, this is how we come to the end of today's edition of the program, The Punch Breakfast Show. Join us on tomorrow. Very fascinating one here this morning. Bring you live today's edition. Join us edition of the show. Name is Betty here with me, and later on Mr. Patrick Hona join in. Tomorrow we back here with a brand new edition of the show.